Alright, what's up summoners? King Blair here. Today we are going to be doing some of our pack summons as well as our Amazon Prime summon that we got right there. So if you guys didn't know, I am a dolphin and I bought the little pack that they have. It's not showing anymore since I already bought it, but essentially the Valentine's pack. Let me see if I can pull up what it does. We are going to be doing the summons for that pack as well as playing around with the Winrate calculator. So if you guys saw 2 videos ago, I started working on the Winrate calculator and kind of playing around with it. And I wanted to show you guys if you guys had any questions about it, kind of showing you the background of it. Maybe we can even add some features and you guys can make sure that I'm not going crazy and just putting some random stuff that I shouldn't be putting on there. And that hopefully we can have a lot of fun. But yeah, hopefully our pack summons are hype. What do we got, right? So let's get hyped up. So of course we're gonna be summoning the 30 summons on the limited banner. We are chasing for Guiding Light. That is the only thing I want from this banner is Guiding Light. I know whale problems. We're only gonna do the 30 times, and then anything I don't get, I'm gonna save for potentially Senya. And then I might save on the Mystic Summons. Maybe we'll do a couple, but the only reason why I might be saving is because next week is Alencia and Stella Harpa, both that are like really good 5-star stuff that if you get, it's actually pretty good. And then of course the 6 Moonlight Summons, of course, always hoping for a 5-star. But if we pull a T Cern or a F Maya, we'll be just as happy as if we pulled a natural 5-star. Of course, Nat 5s would just be like hype as hell. And I would be super excited if I actually got an F5 off of these Moonlight Summons, especially if it was Fallen Cecilia and we could save the Mystics. That'd be super hype, right? So hopefully we're able to have some fun and you know, maybe get a couple of new toys we can play around with. For sure, I'm going to be buying some of the stuff from this one. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. It shouldn't be a long stream today. It's going to be kind of a quickie. Just kind of doing the quick things real quick. Make sure you get your Amazon Prime Gaming. Oh man, I almost don't want to start. It's almost too soon. Let's start with the ones that no one really cares about, which is going to be the group summons. And let's just get it started. Let's see how our luck is looking before we do the ML summons. All right, first one of the night. Oh man, I always get so nervous. Let me put my camera on because you know that they always say streamer luck helps. So let's get some of that streamer luck, and maybe we'll get some spicy stuff today. But let's start. Let's see where our luck is. Okay, so we actually got some of the things. So we're doing the 10x summon. Let's see what we can get. Let me click on it. Okay. Not a hero, or not a 5-star hero. Dingo's fine. Not looking great so far. Nothing crazy. We did need more Curiouses though. But we are of course getting that currency. Oh, this one is looking sus. Alright, we're getting that bad luck out for when we get to the ML summons. Alright, we're getting that bad luck out now. We're gonna get to those ML summons and it's gonna be hype. Oh man, I was really excited when I saw the artifact. I was hoping it'd be a 5-star artifact. We really just want Guiding Light. Anything else is just like alright, so that wasn't great, y'all. That wasn't too good. We didn't get anything off of this. But now let's see. Do we want to do Moonlights now or do we want to go? Let's do Moonlights first before they do the Mystics. Alright, we're starting with Lightning. Alright, we got all the bad luck out. Let's see what we can get. 5-star? Is this a 5-star? 5-star? Oh, I got so excited. I hate how they always like tease you. Oh, it's Broman. Broman's fine. Broman's fine. We already have him triple assess though. That's the only problem. Alright, let's go slowly because sometimes you know you gotta burn some of that bad luck so the next one will be a good one. All right. Oh man, this is rough, dude. All right, we're 3 in. We got 2 more. Nothing so far. All right, just give me one more lightning. All right, give me just one more lightning. That's all I ask. Oh my goodness, y'all, my luck is kind of trash today. Alright. That wasn't great. That was 6 ML summons. We got 1 lightning. It's 20%. So 6 summons. We got her on the rate. Man, that always makes me sad. But alright, last one. FCC summons. Man, we're burning through this. Oh, okay. Okay. You know I like that purple shine. That means there's hope. Alright. Alright, this is the artifact as well. Alright, hero. Oh, it's just gonna be a Chansey. Man! Man! That was really good rates though. But I got oh, now it's no FCC. Feels bad. That was really good rates though before that. Feels bad. Let's do the last one. Bro, I hate when they give you the freaking... When the ML Spark comes out and as ML 4-star, it just makes me want to cry, dude. It just makes me want to go into depression, bro. This summoning session sending me straight to depression, bro. We got absolutely nothing. We are going to sell all of these, though. So we'll get a lot of powder, but I don't need any of these. So we got a lot of powder, which, like, I mean, it's nice. What a tragedy. That was a big tragedy, yo. Let's get the last couple of summons in here. Maybe we can get one more transit stone somewhere. All right, let's see it. The luck wasn't with us this time. Yeah, we still got the 10x summon. Yeah, there's still hope. There's still hope. I almost want to see if I can get... Okay, we're going to get 20 more summons, and we're going to do one more ML summon. Alright, don't do this at home, kids. Don't do this at home. We're gonna do 20 more, and we're gonna do one last ML summon, and we'll see if we can turn our luck around. I feel like a gambling addict, bro. Oh, dude, our luck is trash today. Not yet, bro. All right, last one. Last ML summon. I just want a spark. I just want an ML, bro. Give me another Akali, bro. But at least give me Akali. I just want to see a spark and get one more moment of excitement. Alright, I'm gonna click it and I'm gonna turn around and I'm just gonna read chat. I'm just gonna read chat. I'm not gonna see if we get a shiny or not. Let me know if we got a shiny. I can't tell. I don't want to see, bro. I don't want to fall into depression. I feel like y'all would be a lot more hype if it was a shiny. No shiny? Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm about to cry, y'all. Oh boy. Well, that's how y'all spend $150 real quick. Alright, last thing we got is this. So we got our 4 5-star summoning ticket from the Amazon event. Let's see what we can get off of this. Woo! It's a 5-star. Yay! But it's Ludwig. Dude, y'all know my Ludwig is almost double SS. Bro, that was $150 like this. Real quick. Real quick! That was like this. It is a 5-star. At least it is a 5-star. We broke the streak. We should have started with that with the ticket. Wow. That was something. But yeah, Ludwig kind of trash. So it's like he's almost 5-star fodder. But you know, maybe they'll release a good an ML Ludwig, and then I'll be ready for ML Ludwig. I think I actually have like a ton of Ludwigs. Let me see. Bro, that was the fastest way to get to depression. That was terrible. That was super terrible, dude. That was actually like it's making me depressed. I think I'm gonna. All right, stream's over. We're leaving. I'm gonna go cry in a corner now. Wow, that was bad. I'm not gonna end stream. I was joking, by the way. We still have a lot of stuff we can do. No, that was it though. We're done summoning for now. I'm just gonna save these crystals and then just spam shop to get some more mystics and see how close we can get to pity. We might have to spend on FCC, but FCC is coming home. Whether I have to spend on it or not, we'll see. You know, but it's always like this, yo. Watch Sure, he's pretty good. For late game, he's actually pretty good for one-shotting Asimic Hunt, but overall he's pretty good for Adamant. But that was it. Let me show you guys what we actually used, so you guys get an idea of what we spent essentially. This is where all that YouTube ad revenue money goes in. If you're ever curious, it goes into giving me depression. because it makes me feel like I wasted it. But it's alright. We'll bounce back. Hopefully y'all summons have been going better. But let me just show you guys what we essentially did. If I can find it. It should just be pretty easy, right? It's just the pack. Why is it so hard for me to find the pack? Oh, here it is. This is what we got. And that's what we summoned. And we got nothing. We didn't get a single 5-star from it. So we got this pack. It's $150 for both. Plus tax is 160 USD. So, not bad. I mean, we used the crystals. We used the summons. And we used the ML summons. We got one ML 4-star off of these plus one of our own. So that was 7 ML summons. And we got one 4-star. So it's like, it's below average, although we didn't get to the 10. It's usually 2 per 10. You'll get a spark because it's about 20% to get a spark. So every 10 ML summons, you should be getting 2 sparks. Anything lower than that, you got terrible rate. We do still have the leaves, so like it's not all lost. We do still have all the gold that we got from it. The crystals, we still have a couple hundred that we can use later on to like refresh shop, which we are gonna be refreshing shop a lot. If y'all want to see me be more depressed, we'll do it. And we can just refresh shop for more mystic summons, and we can see what we can get. But the leaves is the nice part. Yeah, the leaves kind of carry the pack, because as y'all saw, we got nothing. We got a ton of powder, which is on the bright side. I can't actually do this now, so let's go here and let's go to the powder shop, and I think we have enough now. Okay, we need a couple more and we can actually get Guiding Light, which is the only reason we summoned on that banner was for Guiding Light. So let's sell some of these and get ourselves some Guiding Lights. So we need to sell what, like 16 of these? I have like a bunch of stuff for powder, so it's not a big deal. It's not a concern. All right, there we go. So we get the powder. And we get that Guiding Light that we finally can play with Guiding Light, dude. This took way too long to get this freaking thing. I just hope I got no spark. Yeah. RIP, bro. You and me both. Spoor, I feel you, bro. I feel you. Well, we're done with summoning part of the video. Sadly, that was way too fast and way too depressing. We are going to go to the damage calculator, and we're gonna do some stuff with that. We might roll some of the shop to see what we can get. But man, KK, you're trying to make me jealous, bro. Everyone's trying to make me jealous. Make me jealous that I still don't have an FCC, but it's all right. We should be able to pity her. As in, like, we're probably gonna have to spend like a little bit of more money. But I would save both. Well, Silva, I think it's better to have 2 than to have 1. It's my idea, because 1 Guiding Light is nice, but it's like 5% is not gonna be that much more of a difference versus 2 Guiding Lights. You can actually use it on 2 different units. I would save 2. Yeah, RIP, bro. All right, so our summons aren't going too hot. So okay, summoning session was a bust, sadly. We got a 4-star Broman. We didn't get a Fighter Maya. We didn't get T-Serin and no 5-star out of 7 ML summons. And on the regular banner, we didn't get a single 5-star item. I kind of want to see the rates, actually. I didn't check the rates before. Let me see how they're looking like, because I've seen people get some nutty luck on these. Okay, so the rates are the same as a normal banner. So they didn't bump them up at all. I'm surprised, actually. I thought they would bump it up to 1.25. So they kept the same rates as any other one. That means you have a 0.333% chance of getting the 5-star you want. So theoretically, if you wanted to get Landy, you would have to do 300 summons to pull her outright. If you wanted like statistically, to get Landy, you'd have to do 300 summons. If you wanted a specific unit of these 3. Of course, you can always get lucky and get other stuff. But also, the shop is nice, which I thought was kind of nice. I'm just going for this because I want 2 copies. This is kind of cool, though, in case you do go over. But okay. That was sad. But all right, now, do y'all want me to refresh shop for more summons? Or would y'all prefer? We can burn all these gems and get some. Let's do it, bro. Let's just keep summoning. I want to see how much we can get. And we're already getting a summon. It's like a sign, dude. It's a sign we should keep summoning. We're going to do some refreshing. Ask any questions that you have, and then we'll go to the damage calculator. I don't know if you guys came here for the damage calculator or not. But let's burn through some of these and see if we can get anything good. Is Kise worth it? So the people who have Kise built love Kise. The thing about Kise is that she requires really good gear. Kise requires some insane gear to actually be able to function properly. But if you do have the gear, she actually has like insane damage ratios. Like her damage is insane. Like you can do so much damage with her. So overall, pretty nice. People who have Kisa built love her. I would say wait to see what Senya's skill set's gonna look like though, because there's a good chance that Senya's coming after this limited banner, and you'll wanna have enough resources to pull for Senya. The other thing that for the other question, Deanne versus Guiding Light, to be completely honest with you, that's hard one. One is just an artifact, and it depends how bad you want to play with Guiding Light. So for example, if you're really trying to play Landy or a Ceres on Guiding Light, then Guiding Light would be the way to go. The only thing is like having a unit like Deanne is really nice for doing a lot of PvE stuff and PvP stuff and things of that nature. So hey, congrats, bro, for getting those two. That's really impressive. 120 summons and get Deanne and Ceres and use the 100 coins. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna be going for. Hopefully buy it. You're saying buy it? No, the only reason I'm doing this is because I kind of want the Mystics as well. I don't want to just go into the banner with the Coves, because it's actually worse gem conversion rate. If you're going for straight conversion, it's actually worse conversion rate. That's the only reason I'm not. If you're wondering why I stopped just buying the 1000, one, I want Mystic summons because you can actually get Mystic summons from these, and two, because it's better gem conversion but less gold, if that makes any sense. Hey, I know I'm seeing my guild popping up here. They got the Deanne FCC build. I don't have my FCC build, but I can show you some really good FCCs from the Discord. But yeah, I would keep 2 copies of Guiding Light, 100%. I only have 1 Guiding Light. Is it better on Ceres or Landy? Ceres doesn't necessarily need Guiding Light to work. It makes her better, yeah, but Landy is the one that just abuses the heck out of Guiding Light, dude. Holy, this is so much harder to do on a computer, dude. I might just go down to 1000 and then just like summon with whatever we get, because it's a lot easier for me to do it on my phone, because I can just like, and like this, if you have ever hunted for Mystic summons, you know the pain of refreshing. I did not get the CC, sadly. I should have waited to do the summons when there was more people here, so y'all could have seen it. So we're trying to get some more to see what we can get. And we're getting, of course, a little bit more Cubs to see if we can get some nice stuff. We got 2 Cubs so far, so like we're staying true to the conversion rate of 100 crystals is about 1 summon. But we haven't gotten any of the Mystics yet, although you can get them from here. And because I want FCC so bad, I do have to do this if I want to be able to pull for FCC. I see another one of our guild members got Landy, so that's nice, or Wall of Order. Yeah, the thing about shop is I never do shop unless I'm willing to sit here and do like 500. Statistically, if you do this, you should be getting about, I think that they did the conversion rate to like 80 crystals for 1 summon and like 300 for a Mystic. So it should be every 300 crystals should give you a Mystic summon, and then every 80 should give you a Covenant. Assuming you have like normal stuff. Refresh doesn't make people do it. Dude, can you imagine that? It's actually like, it's one of the most tilting things to do in this game, and it's one of the reasons why I usually just will freaking just go in there and just like buy the bookmark sometimes, because I just don't want to do this. But it's like, it's so much more worth it, especially if you're a player that has a ton of leaves, or like if you have a ton of gold to burn. It's so much more efficient for your things. And I see my guild is raging because they're getting all the same limited heroes. But yeah, this sucks. I'm sorry I'll have to watch this. Please ask me questions. I am free to talk since, you know, I'm just trying to refresh, and BlueStacks is so laggy. Like, I have to click like 2 times to make sure that it registers it. At least it's fast to scroll here. I have like a system when I do that on my bed. I will lay down and I'll stare and I'll just like I get really good at it. Like after doing this for like a very long time, you get really good at it. Yeah. Do you buy Ceres or Deanne? Ooh, that's a hard one, dude. You guys asking me some hard questions. This is what I'm gonna say. If you're an early game player, I would recommend Deanne. If you're a late game player, I would recommend Ceres. That's my recommendation. Mid game players, it is completely up to you, depending on what content you have cleared. I think Deanne has really good, she scales really well with you, especially if you're early on in the game, because you can use her for PvE, then you can transition her to a PvP build. She functions well in a variety of teams. She doesn't require insane gear. Ceres requires a lot of speed gear. All right, there's our first Mystic, so that's nice. Would I recommend pitting for both? What are your resources looking like? That's another big one. How much effectiveness should you put on Ceres? UN ping, that is completely up to you. If you're trying to do a control Ceres, 150 plus. If you're trying to do a Clee Ceres, as long as you have 100% crit, the higher the better. If you're doing tank, the higher the better. Of course, with any build, the higher the better. If you really want to hit those debuffs on units like Elena, you need minimum 150. And even then, you're not going to be hitting all these other units. If you really need your debuff to land on all units, it's 200. If you're using her for like anti-cleave or in a tank team, she doesn't really need more. Like 100 should be more than enough to hit most units. 150 is more for high FRES units that you may want to hit with Ceres, right? But 100 is more than enough. Most people will either pick no effectiveness or effectiveness, right? So to answer your question, what's the best artifact for Ceres? Personal opinion, I think it's the one that decreases defense. What's the name of that one? Misconfile. Misconfile, I think, is the best one. If you're in Masters, should you climb Juan? Not really, unless you enjoy RTA. There's no reason to climb higher than Masters, because you already got the FCC skin, which sucks. So there's no reason to climb higher than Masters, unless you really like Arena and want to get better. OT Ceres is interesting. 1.K Jess and left and 3 million gold. Yeah. Are you doing the same thing I am, Dreadlord? This sucks. We're just gonna go until you guys get tired of seeing me do this, or until we run out of crystals. Which, I mean, we don't have that many, so, or money, right? We're gonna run out of one or the other one. Yeah. This time is gonna be me and Garo are gonna be talking a little bit, bro. I wish I could let you do like a multi reroll, but they're not gonna do that. I don't know. I don't get why all these games like make you do this, bro. Why do I have to do this to refresh the shop? Can they do a system where you like roll 10 times and just put if it rolls this, stop on that? Like, but nah, bro. All these gacha games are masochistic. All gacha gamers are masochistic. How would I build my FCC? I'll show you guys with a Tywin, because a Tywin and FCC have the same stats. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm eyeing for my FCC after this. I am either going to go for the speed tank build, or I am going to go for the crit rate crit damage build. If I want to go for the crit rate crit damage build, I'm going to have to farm a lot more A13. So there's that. But between Ceres and Guiding Light, they're both really good. If you're a late game player, you're going to want to have both, right? So if you're an end game player or a late game player, you are going to want to have both. We have really good Mystic rate luck right now, which is awesome. I do not mind this Mystic rate luck at all. We may not be getting Cubs, but I don't care, dude. We've been getting like a ton of Mystics, which is what I really want. You know, I really want FCC more than I want Guiding Light. So I can play around. I have a team in mind. Oh, I am so excited for that team, but it needs FCC. Once I get FCC, I have this team that I'm cooking. Y'all aren't ready. I'll show you. I'm so excited. I have so much stuff to show you guys. I've been having a good time theory crafting. What would you first pick in RTA if you had FCC Ceres and F10 FCC? I'm going to first pick FCC every single game. Because the thing about FCC, she fits into every single of my drafts. There's no draft that I wouldn't want to have FCC. So I'm just going to first pick FCC. FCC in the right team counters F10 to an extent. Like, it's more than 50-50. FCC works in a control team. FCC works in a bruiser team. FCC works in an aggro team because you get like one knight that gives you insane amount of stuff, right? So I would always first pick FCC. Once I get FCC, I am legit going FCC. Hey, congrats, bro. Congrats on the FCC. Y'all are making me jelly. You managed to get Ceres with all the bookmarks involved, and already have Landy now for Deanne. Yeah. Good luck, dude. I do feel bad for the people that are trying to go for all three. I really hope y'all saved. because we were expecting a limited, but no one was expecting so much stuff. FCC's FCC, yeah. I mean, she's just so versatile. She just sitting there, she does her job. She doesn't even have to do anything. She could have 0 speed, be like 4K health, and she did her job for most teams. I saw TC. I saw in your in the guild chat that you were getting Deanne like crazy. How many summons did you put in the banner? Hey, congrats on the FCC, Brian. That's pretty pog, not gonna lie. How many guiding lights? I'm going for 2. I am going for 2 guiding lights, and I will powder one of them, and I'll keep the other one for later. I mean, it's like, it's not that it does, like, of course you're going to have a little bit of speed on your FCC, right? I don't think there's a way to get like a 40k HP FCC, unless there is. If you have a 40k FCC, or you can even make one, send me a picture of it, dude. I'd be kind of impressed. FCC could be 30k health and base speed and still a pretty good job. Yeah, I mean, like, she does better than any other unit with, like, mediocre build. But the thing about it, she has a very high ceiling. The more you invest in your FCC, the more she gives back to you. Like, if you have a triple SS FCC with, like, God gear, dude, that unit is so good with, like, perfect gear. It makes her team unkillable. Or it makes her do, like, insane amount of damage while being super beefy. One of the two. How did I get so many? Well, for one, I bought the packs. So there's that. And then for the other one, because I'm champion in Arena, I get 800. And I buy the monthly packs every month. So I get like 30 Sky Stones a day. So like in 1 week, I can get like 1,500 Sky Stones. I haven't done the math in a while, but like a free-to-play player can get around 1,000 something gems a week if they're champion in Arena. So like, free-to-play can actually get a lot of summons. They can't pity a unit from release to actually getting. But you can get quite a few crystals. And then depending how much gold you have, you can do a lot more too. But 10 summons? Bro, that's... You got a Deanne dupe and 10 summons? I already did 10 summons and I had nothing. I would have liked anything, honestly. What would you first pick in... Yeah, so yeah, I missed that one. Hopefully, if I missed it, retype your question if you really want me to see it. I'm trying to pay more attention to the chat, but I also don't want to miss bookmarks, which I've definitely done by accident. Like, I'll be scrolling and my eyes won't catch it and I'll click it before. Yeah, see, like, if you're free to play and you like manage your resources, you can have so many bookmarks. I regret pulling for Pleiades right now. Because we weren't able to pity her, which is a big mistake I shouldn't have done. I should have known that I wasn't able to pity Pleiades, and I shouldn't have summoned on her. But I got greedy, you know. All free-to-play players, or not. I'm not free-to-play, so I can't say that. But all players go into the gacha game saying, "I'm a one-tap it." It happens, bro. If it makes you feel better, scroll back a little bit. For anyone that's coming in, if you guys want to feel better about your summons, scroll back at the beginning of the video. It was rough. I hate not getting anything off of Moonlights, or from like the stuff we get from packs. It just makes me sad. It makes me feel like, why did I spend money on this game, bro? But then I remember I have a ton of lease now, which lets me play with other units that I can get later. So always look at the positive side when you buy packs. That's why I'm so thankful they put lease in those packs. Hey, I appreciate it, Mimika. Bro, I will most likely have to buy the Mystic packs in the end. But I really do appreciate it, bro. Try to help a brother out get a CC. I appreciate that, bro. I really do. I'm glad your summons went good, though. I will probably have to buy the Mystic packs. Although sometimes we do get lucky. I was able to Luxac, Royale, and Rylot. So there's that. Got Ceres, and I pitied 4 Charlottes. Dude, that's rough. Yeah, Godwin, you can get a lot just from the monthly packs, which is like pretty nice. Just with monthly, let me see some of those. Most heroes I'm missing on Moonlight. Yeah, most of the heroes I'm missing on Moonlight at this point too. There's a couple of RGBs that I'm missing, but for the most part, it's mostly Moonlights. Is it possible to get 450 bookmarks on the 2 weeks before the banner goes away? Unit of Meteor depends. If you're a player that hasn't done your adventure, yes, you can get so much from adventure. Also, friendship farming, it's gonna make you want to shoot yourself. Friendship farming, but it is a really good way to do bookmarks. And if you haven't done the SSS quest, there's also that. There's a lot of things you can actually do to get bookmarks. if you haven't done a lot of stuff in the past. That's the thing. Most free-to-play players can actually get a ton of like summons if they have the time and want to sit there and just do friendship farming, which sucks. It's one of the worst experiences to do friendship farming. It makes you want to cry because you just sit there and you enter and leave the same stage over and over again until you get friendship level 10, which is about 200 runs. And you go to this place that only requires 2 energy to enter, but you have to manual it. So it's going to be like, you're going to be there for like an hour to get like 10 summons, which is like, I mean, if you really need the summons, it is there. But yeah, it is definitely doable. It is definitely doable to get that. 4 Charlottes. I mean, hopefully you have an LQC too, though, if you have 4 Charlottes. 30 away from pity, so hopefully I can do it. Yeah, you should be able to do it. Program one of those Lego bots, dude. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe we might, dude. Shoo, we might. Also, if you're just coming in and joining, we did the summons earlier in the video because I had a trigger finger. So we're burning through all our gold and all our gems to get a couple more summons for you guys to spice things up and to maybe turn our luck around. Hey, if it doesn't work the first time, you know what they say? If you're not a lucky person, then you just gotta brute force the odds. Make yourself be lucky. Create your own luck, y'all, by brute forcing all your resources. Oh yeah, Abyss. I might need to do Abyss actually. I think if I build my Ceres, I can actually get a CC before she goes away. Because there's like 10 summons you can get, right? So if I do this for the next 3 weeks, I just do this, I might actually be able to get FCC without spending a single cent. But it's gonna, oh man, it's gonna suck. I don't want to have to do that though. Hopefully I pull her in like the next X10 and not have to worry about it. Any notable pulls? No. The most exciting thing we got was a Ludwig from the Amazon pack. But you'll see, okay, we started at 1500 Skystones. We already got 11 summons and 500 crystals, right? So that's why it's like, as nice as it is to just be able to buy them straight up, it's not economic. And we also got like 4 mystics, so it's like, it's such good conversion rate to do shop. It's been proven time and time again to be able to do it. I haven't done a lot of chapter 3 main story and Abyss with me. Yeah, you should be able to get a lot. If you haven't done a lot of adventure, one of those adventure things gives you the 100 sky stones and gives you 15 per stage, so 150. Each map you can get around, how much is that? 300, almost 300? No, you can get 300. You can get about 300 every map. Oh, we almost didn't grab this coast. We almost missed the coast. It's kind of nice that the computer forces me to be slow. Because on my phone, I would have missed that one. So, there's that. Thankfully, we have a lot of gold to spend to get bookmarks. Dude, I hate doing this. Alright, keep asking me questions. Because y'all have actually made this very variable. If I had to do this on my own, I would be crying right now. Yo, why does this gotta come now? This is kind of good. But it doesn't have speed, so we're not going to get it. I don't think I have any crit rate unit that can use this. If this was speed, I would have gotten it. But it's not. So I can't really use it, sadly. Why do we need 2 copies of Guiding? Alright. That's a question that is actually a really good question. So the reason why is because there's already 2 units that need Guiding Light. Briar Witch Iceria needs Guiding Light. Briar Witch Iceria without Guiding Light, you're going to be using Cleave Iceria. But if you don't want to do Cleave Iceria, you need Guiding Light, right? So Guiding Light by Iceria, it's a must-have. Landy, without Guiding Light, Landy is an okay unit. Landy with Guiding Light, OP. Like, she's actually like a completely different unit, right? So it's a completely different unit when you have Landy with Guiding Light and Landy without. So that's already 2 units that use Guiding Light. There's units like Ceres that can also use it. And then you always want to have an extra copy because you don't know what unit could come in the future that could utilize that Guiding Light. So that's why you want to have at least 2, because you can switch some of the copies around, right? You're usually not going to have both. But having 2 lets you be able to switch it into like those priority units and use them together. So I would say 2 is nice to have at least 2. Do I think Hunts should drop more gold? I mean, it'd be nice, but like not really. I mean, it's not necessary. The gold in this game is literally just a time gate resource. The only reason gold is in this game is for a time gate. Because the later you get in the game, gold doesn't become as much of a problem. Like, I can just farm like a bunch of wyverns and get it in one day. I can get like a lot of gold to upgrade. The charms is the one that I'm usually missing. It's charms, not gold. it gets to a point when you're late game where it's not gold that you're missing, it's charms. So I don't think we need more gold. I mean, I wouldn't complain about more gold. I would love more gold, but usually gold is a limiting resource for early to mid to early late game players. The later you get, the less of a resource it becomes. Thought you were going down to 1K. Yeah, I decided not to because I was having fun talking to you guys and doing this. Surprisingly, it's fun to do this while I talk to you guys. I know it's probably boring as hell for you guys, so I apologize if you're sitting there watching me do this. But it'll be worth it for the 2 minutes of summoning content. You know? You gotta get that summon content, you know what I'm saying? Do you think 100 increase your Forge 50 drop? That would be really nice. Although, okay, what I think they should do is not increase that, because usually that's fine. Again, that's another limiting resource. For me, that's not usually a big deal with expedition and hunts. I mean, it'd be really nice to be able to build units faster. What I think they should do is add an extra percentage to get the reforged mats, the other ones. The ones that are generic, at least to do a drop that's 25, right? Maybe add like, it's 1% to get the 50 drop. Add an extra 25% and take away from some of the other one. And give it to the other reforged mats, the ones that's not like for conversion, that one for the conversion stones. Do that. That would be really cool if they switch some of like maybe like the powder or some of like the energy drops. Switch some of those to give it to the other one, and maybe just 25 for that one. That would be really cool because usually conversion gear is the one that I have troubles getting materials for, not the main gear. But let me read some of the chat because I haven't been doing a good job of it. If you were in charge of the upcoming collab, who would it be? Fate. We talked about this last stream. Fate Universe, Fate Zero, Fate Unlimited Blade Works, one of the two. You don't necessarily have to max out Guiding Light. It just makes it more consistent. Do you think Hunt should? So yes, that try to get back to 300 LTA. Oh yeah, dude, I dropped below 300 because I've been slacking. Yeah, refreshing life, bro. We're all refreshing life. That million gold Logan bonus is nice. Yes, that million gold was amazing. So okay, let's keep grinding in that shop, yo. We're almost there. We're gonna burn all our crystals. I mean, what else am I gonna use them for? I'm probably just gonna buy the leaf packs anyway. So like, I don't need them for energy. We haven't seen a lot of gear, but I mean, I'm happy that we're getting a lot of summons though, which is that part's really nice. We're getting a ton of summons. So Demon Slayer collab, that would be cool. I will say that Demon Slayer would be cool. There's a lot of really cool ones. You guys have put out so many cool ideas for collabs, but the only reason I don't want to hype one up or get too excited for like Konosuba or like something like Fate is because knowing Smilegate is gonna be some random IP that like is cool, but like not really a big IP. Like GG collab was cool, but they're not really a big IP, right? Like, people know GG collab because it's an old school fighter game, 2D fighter game, but it's not like insane. They could do Street Fighter or something like that. Like, they could argue that Street Fighter is a big IP, and they did say it was gonna be a big IP, but it's nothing that people would be super hype about. I don't think anyone's like, oh yes, Street Fighter crossover. That's what I want is Street Fighter. There's not a lot of people saying that. Yeah, Street Fighter like Summoner's War. I think they could actually do that, and I really hope they don't. But I could really see it being Street Fighter. I don't think they're going to be super creative with it. I hope they do an anime, not a fighter game. But fighter games make more sense for them because it's so much easier to... Like, think about how much easier it is to do the art for a fighter game than it is to do the art for a anime. Because the animes don't have ultimates. They would have to draw the ultimates. Y'all realize that, right? If they do end up going with an anime, they will have to hand draw the ultimate animations, the S1 animations, the S2 animations. There's not a lot of source material for them. So it would be a very big project if they actually did an anime, right? So from a business standpoint, it would be a lot of man hours that you'd have to put into it to like talk, make sure that they're okay with it, a lot of conversation, be like, yes, this is what we want, which makes sense because they've been working for about an hour, right? So an anime collab would be a ton of work on their part from an animation standpoint and from like a discussion standpoint, because if the IP people don't like what you're doing, they can just say no, redraw it. And then you're kind of just like, all right, well, dang. You know, like, screw, like, more time wasted, right? And they said it's going to come out in April. But a fighter game, You can literally just like take so much inspiration. Like Dizzy, Bike, and all those units. It's a lot easier to port over their ultimates and their skills from the fighter game and like implement it into the game than it is to draw animations from scratch and draw like everything from scratch. So there's a lot of cool stuff that they could do. Persona 5 also very likely. I also think it could be Persona 5. And again, Persona 5 is also a fighting game. They could actually take inspirations from some of the moves and stuff like that. So I don't think it's going to be Fate. I don't think it's going to be an anime. As much as I want it to be an anime, I don't think it's going to be an anime. I don't want to get hyped up for it to be like an anime that I like to watch, but we'll see. Dead or Alive? Maybe. Let me see some of the stuff. Genshin Impact? I don't know if they'll do Genshin Impact. I don't think they're going to do a competitor. That's the other thing. It doesn't make sense for them to work with a competitor. Although Genshin is not really a direct competitor to Genshin. I don't think Genshin and Epic 7 compete too much for audience. To be completely honest with you. I don't think they compete for audiences. Attack on Titan is also a very, very likely one. I have seen them do. The other one would be That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Because they also have been doing a lot of collabs. There's so many possibilities, dude. You cannot speculate. There are so many possibilities. And they haven't given us anything, dude. If they gave us, like, anime, then we could, like, maybe narrow it down to some animes that were like, okay, it could be this anime or that anime. Persona would be pretty sick. I haven't played Persona myself, but I want to. I really want the fake collab, though. Give us some ecchi. We'd have to see, bro. We'd have to see. Art style wise, I could see Fate fitting in really well. I could see Konosuba. I could see... There's some other animes. I could see That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime fitting really well with the aesthetics of Epic 7. I don't see Attack on Titan aesthetics in this game, dude. Attack on Titan is way too, like, intense. I don't see Dragon Ball fitting into aesthetics either that much. But, you know, it could happen. It could happen. I'm not going to say it's impossible. I'm not going to say it's impossible because you never know, but it's just unlikely. I just don't think it would match that well. Konosuba would be cool, but it would be way too funny. Overload could also potentially fit. But I don't know, bro. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't think it's going to be something super big because I can't imagine Smilegate spending that much money for a collab. Because you guys know they have to pay royalties, right? To put that stuff for a collab, they have to put royalties. The idea is that, like, because it's this anime, more people will spend on it, and then Smilegate gets a lot of money, but they have to pay the people or the IP. But then, like, popular IPs are gonna be more expensive, right? So something like Fate could be pretty expensive because it's like, that's a well-known IP. Like, a lot of people would like it, so they would ask for higher royalties. They could also do a percentage base of sales. So maybe they could do like 40% of whatever they earn off of those summons would go to the company. There's so much business stuff that goes into that stuff, dude. Like, there is so much business stuff that you have to consider, which is why, like, when a lot of people get mad at companies for not doing a collab with certain things, it could honestly be because business relations fell through. A webtoon would be cool. I would be really cool if TOG made it. That'd be pretty cool if Bomb was in the game. I'd put for Bomb. Bomb's cool. Bomb's dope. I like Bomb. I can dig Bomb. Webtoons would be cool. But we'll see. Do want to get to an anime. I think they had relations with okay. Backstory for you new players out there that weren't around, because I'm a day one player, right? So I've kept up with a lot of stuff. So if you ever are curious about the history of Epic 7, I know most of it. So if you're ever curious of some stuff, I lived through it. I was always invested in this game. I've always been invested in the game. So I actually follow with a lot of the story. The first year that Epic 7 came out, the first 6 months, Epic 7 was the biggest mobile game to hit market. It was one of the biggest games. It was making bank. They were making like 20 times more than any other app released at the time, right? They were making bank the first 6 months that they came out. So they had the budget and they had the money to actually pay for an anime. They were in talks with Netflix, but on like the 1 year anniversary, someone for like when they were answering a lot of the questions, someone asked what happened to the anime, And on the first year, one of the questions that they answered was like talks with Netflix fell through. They were not able to secure anything with Netflix. Netflix either didn't want it, wanted to test it out a little bit, or it didn't happen. Right? So they said that they're going to put it on the back burner, focus on other things. Recently, on the 2-year one, is when they started saying they are looking more aggressively towards doing it. The buzz around the community is that the reason they've been doing this Amazon events, and they doubled down on the Amazon events, so I think they are having good relations with Amazon, might be to put it on Amazon Prime, make it exclusive to Amazon Prime. So that could be one of the reasons why they're doing so much stuff with Amazon, right? So an anime would be really cool, and I would 100% do a review of the anime of Epic 7. Holy. I like Nier, but the Neo Automata ones, yeah. See, I don't know. Let me some of the stuff that we'll have. I know the VTuber collab. I could see it. I could see another VTuber collab. Can you imagine Gura? That'd be kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be completely opposed to it. Like if Gura, Kali, and all the other ones, if they came in, Kisuna, I wouldn't be alone. I mean, I wouldn't hate it, but I don't think that I wouldn't hate it, honestly. I'm not gonna say anything else about that. I'm just gonna say I wouldn't hate it if there was more. If there was VTubers, it'd be cool. I mean, I think it'd be interesting. But a lot of gacha games have been doing stuff with Amazon Prime, yeah, which is cool, right? It's interesting. But I'm glad Epic 7's doing something with Amazon. It gives free to play players some nice stuff. As y'all saw, I got a Ludwig out of it, so that's cool. I have never watched Nier Automata, so I can't say anything about that. Princess collab side games. I don't think they're gonna do a game like a mobile game. I don't think I've ever. All right, correct me if I'm wrong, but I have never seen a mobile game crossover. In any mobile game that I've played, I've never seen one mobile game collab with another mobile game that didn't have an anime backing it, right? So like Fate, you can't really count Fate because Fate is an anime, but I don't think that there's a single mobile game that has collab with another mobile game ever. I don't know. I just haven't seen it. Is there any chance of a Western property getting a collab? It could be a Western property, but I don't know, like cartoons and stuff like that. I don't think it fit. Okay, FV and Dragalia. See, but the thing is, those two make sense because FV and Dragalia are both owned by Nintendo. So that one they could actually do a lot easier. So okay, thanks for the clarification. I guess that is an example. But it is owned by Nintendo, so for Nintendo, money is money. So they promote both. So it makes sense why Nintendo would do that. But I'm talking like competitors, like that are not owned by the same company. Like Smile Guy could do a collab within itself. Witcher collab? Witcher would be interesting. I haven't played the game either, but I know enough about it. Man, y'all are getting me too hyped. There was one, you know what people were saying? Alright, hear me out on this one. There's one that people were saying in the past. And someone kind of brought it up a little bit when they said a Korean IP. What if they did a League of Legends collab? Think about it. League of Legends is based in Korea. It's a fighter game, and there are ultimates and stuff like that, that they could base the skills off of. Right? They'd be like close, so they could have good business relation. Right? They both have like the anime caricatures. Think about it. League of Legends Epic 7 crossover. Maybe I'm capping, but it'd be kind of cool. As someone who plays League, it'd be cool to see Ari. To see a foxy lady in my Epic 7 games, you know? It'd be cool. I'm not gonna say anything besides that. I just think it would be cool. Noodles collab? I have no idea what Noodles is. Oh man, we're almost out of our misery, dude. That was 1,600 crystals, and we got a lot of good stuff though. Our rates were really good. I cannot complain about the rates. We got a lot of good stuff off of Garo's shops. Our summoning luck may be sus, but our Covenant luck is on point. So we have been getting a lot of really good stuff from Covenant that I can't complain about. Like we more than got our crystals worth. We burned through almost 6 million gold as well though. So 6 million gold, and right now 1,400 crystals is what we burned through. for some spicy summons. Ari's your favorite hero? Ari's pretty cool too. They would probably do like Ari, Garen, Lux, something like that if they actually did League. But there's so many things that they have. I don't know, bro. We should get an announcement in around next month's March. We should get an announcement of what the collab would be around late March, and then the collab would probably be like either early April or something, right? So next week is patch, like they'll show a stream. So I think like late March they'll show what the collab will probably be, and like hype up people for like 2 weeks, get people hyped up, and then they'll release it. Bro, if it's Guilty Gear, bro, I'm gonna cry. I am so tired. No offense, the story was good, right? The first time GG collab was pretty hype. The second time it was just kind of like, this is whatever, you know. We're so close, dude. I can actually smell it. I can smell the bottom of this crystal pile. Hey, you got all 3? Nice, bro. Congrats. It's nice to have all 3. Not gonna lie. I feel like this new banner system, dude. I feel like everyone's just gonna have like a massive stash of summons now. Like new game players. I feel like for all early game players, you have to have like a stash of like 120 at all times, of more. Because if they keep doing these triple banners, like imagine in the summer, dude, right? We're gonna get SSB rerun, Holiday Euphine rerun, and then like a new unit, all at the same time. They'll probably start doing that too. Like they'll put all of them together. Maybe one of them will have a slightly higher rate, like 0.5 rate. They might start doing that actually. And then new players or even old players, we're gonna have to just have a stash of like a ton of crystals and a ton of stuff. Although if they did the new collab and they did the system, it'd be cool because you'd get to have all 3 of them. But it would suck for players that are trying to get a triple SS on all of them. Alright. We are 30 more of these and we are done, and we can do the summons that we got. We're almost through the pile. I can't believe we got through this much of the pile, dude. It's crazy. Yeah. Oh, dude, if you pull FCC and if you pull Mystic, I think not hitting pity on Mystic is more valuable than not hitting pity on a Covenant. Because Covenants are easy to get, right? Like, you're always going to get Covenants, but Mystics are very limited resources for you to get Mystics, right? You can't just buy Mystics through a straight crystal conversion. You have to be a masochist like myself and just reroll Garo's shop like a million times, right? So Mystic summons are so much rarer that if you're able to get the Mystic units and not hit pity, that's insane. Because that just means more ML heroes. And ML heroes are always going to be the stronger heroes. Alright, last 10. Let's see if we can get any more summons off of these last 10. We see our girl Nonori. She's pulled through for us today. Gotten us some good stuff. Let's see if she can pull through one last time and get me one last Mystic summon or one last ML summon. Alright, last 3. Oh, there we go. There we go, Nonori. Thank you. Let's see if we luck-sack the last one. Alright, that's it. Okay. Finally! Holy moly. 16,000. We got 25 summons, so that's nice. And we got 5 Mystics. So we got 5 Mystics and 25 normal summons. That's about the rate that we got. We actually got the perfect rate on the Mystics, and we got better rates on the Coves. So, not bad, right? Let's start with the Mystics one by one. I just want a purple shiny. Alright, we're getting a lot of lots. Alright. We just want a purple shiny, bro. Purple shinies always, like, make my heart go, like, 2 million speed faster, dude. No purple shiny. Alright. So that's it for the Mystics. And let's go a little bit more. We're still so far away from getting 100. Let's see what we get. Twitch pack or monthly pack? I mean, they're both good and they're like exclusive. Oh, yes. Guiding light. Let's go. Guiding light. Guiding light. Guiding light. Guiding light. Guiding light. What the? Bro, why is this here? Why is this here? It's already 3. Why are they doing this? Yo, why? Smogate, why? Why will you do this to us? Why? What? Is it even a rate up for the artifacts? Yo, where are the artifacts at? They're doing us dirty on the artifacts? 0.35%. What's the rate of mystics appearing in the Skystone refresh? If you have like a million of like crystals, assuming like you do it over a long period of time, MW, it's every 300 to 400 crystals will get 300 crystals will get you a mystic. That's the straight conversion rate, assuming you're doing okay. But bro, that actually is making me depressed, bro. Why would Smogate do this, bro? Holy. They do some things so well and then some things just so bad. And howdy. Thank you for coming to the stream. Or so I like to call it the Salt Fest. Holy dude. Ah! Yes, that is really worth it. Yes, mystics on Hutchie Shop are always worth it. All the time. I got baited. I saw the artifact and I got excited. Do you guys know I also don't even have the Landy artifact? That's the sad thing too. I double pitied Landy. And I didn't get Wall of Order. That's 240 summons and I didn't get Wall of Order. I got 12 other artifacts though. But no Wall of Order. Bro, why, Smoggy? Why you gotta do me like this? Oh my, dude, they're actually trying to tilt me into oblivion. Alright, let's sell these for some transit stones. Let me breathe a little bit, because we just spent a very long time in shop just for me to get upset at some dumb stuff. Alright, I'm calm. Let me read some of the chats. Yes, Hutchie Shop is worth it. Akamega Kill would be pretty cool, although I haven't watched it, but I've seen it and some of the art looks really good. That'd be really cool for the collab. Pity for Guiding Light. Yeah, Pity for Guiding Light is what most people are doing. Demon Slayer collab would be really cool. Yeah, I don't have wall. Double Pity Landy don't have wall. Would I say Ceres is more important to get than Guiding Light? They're both really good, but I would say having a unit versus not having a unit is better. Like, an artifact, you technically can use other units, but it's just they unlock their full potential with the artifact. But Ceres is pretty important. I did not get a CC yet. I'm going to have to wait, potentially even buy Mystic packs in the future. Bro, pull for a CC. A CC's nuts. How to get the Sajik? Okay. The 70 free summons will start tomorrow. When you wake up and you log into the game, you get 10 summons every day. And you have to make sure you don't do 10x. Right? I'm telling you right now. You're going to go in the Covenant and you're going to go on this one. This one will not count for the event. You have to summon one by one. It will say 10 summons available. You get those 10 summons every day. So you'll have to log in for 7 days straight. You get 10 summons every day. Boom, bidi bing, boom, bap. And you're done. And you get your 70 summons. I knew and got all the feature artifacts, but not a single 5-star or banner characters. That's tough, dude. At least the only thing, it's like usually a normal banner, so you can get the hero. But that's what they say for free-to-play players. You want to have enough to hit pity for the hero. Hey, what's up, Sabidas? Oh, the 3 limiteds, I think Landy probably... That's hard, dude. It depends on your playstyle. I'm just going to leave it at that. Ceres can function as a 5-star. I don't recommend you using her as a 5-star, but she can actually function. Ceres is really good for arena defense. She's really good for Guild Wars defense. And she's really good for RTA. Diani's more for PvE with some good potential for PvP in the future. Landy has amazing ceiling, but requires really good gear and good teams built around her. She's primarily a Guild Wars offense unit, a Guild Wars defense unit, an arena offense unit, and an RTA unit. Out of all three of these, you will probably use Ceres the most. Out of these three, Ceres probably has the most uses, second to Landy, and then third Deanne. That's probably the order I would 6-star them. Senya's also coming. Dude, I'm gonna... Alright, if you are liking the video and you like watching me tilt to oblivion because the summons didn't go well, make sure you click that subscribe button. It really does help out the channel, and it helps me get more resources to do more videos like this where I can get sad and upset. So make sure you subscribe and yeah, just watch the videos. And if you want to become a member to help the channel out that way, that's also awesome. Or use the super chat feature, which I really do need to fix some of the member stuff program, but yeah. Alright. So that's going to conclude the summoning. We are completely dry. We used all of that, our summons. We used everything. So as far as the summoning portion of this video, that part is over. It is time for the win rate calculator that we're going to get to play around with a little bit. So if you guys didn't know, let me show you guys a Reddit post so we can talk about it. So someone actually got a lot of RTA stuff and got a lot of raw data, right? And if I showed you the guys the raw data, you would go like, wow, that's a lot of raw data. 60,000 matches with units. What I essentially did is went through and did a win rate calculator. I can add more features, and I will definitely add some more once I get not as busy from doing stuff for work. I'll be able to work more on the win rate calculator, and I will make this like shareable to everyone. I just don't want to do it now because it looks super ratchet, right? Like this looks super ugly. Right, like this, you probably like, what the heck am I looking at? Especially if you're not someone that uses Excel a lot. The only things you really need to care about are this. That's the only thing you really care about, is the cells that are highlighted. Right, that's the only thing you should really care about. If you want to see a feature, and if you want to know how I did this, right? If you're curious about Excel, I am an engineer. So yes, I'm an Excel engineer. If any engineer people out there, all of y'all know all we do is Excel. So I can check Charon for you. So Charon was picked 1,680 matches of the 60,000 in champion, which is 17% of games. Wow, that is a lot of games that Charon was chosen, and he had a 46% win rate. Hey, congrats, Marshmallow. I can show Make Chloe as well. But yeah, if you're curious about like characters' win rates, this is it. Also, when Charon was not banned, so when Charon got through and was not banned, he actually dropped in win rate. But he was used 46% of games. That's crazy. 46% of all the games had a Charon. People really like their Charons. Wow. This is 17% of champion, by the way. So I should let you guys know that, right? So I'm gonna change this to be any bracket so you can change it. Okay, so yeah, these are the things that we need to do. Fallen Cecilia, I did it on the video, but Fallen Cecilia is broken. She's broken. All right, so okay, some background. Danny's still good, especially for PvE. But okay, some background on win rates, right? If you're new to win rates, let's also go farm some stuff while we go over this, because you know it's eternal farming in this game. So we gotta make sure we're farming whenever we're doing something, so we're not wasting anything. Also save your energy and your leaves, because we are getting a hunt event this weekend. But let me set this up real quick, and then we're gonna talk about win rates. If you don't play any other competitive games like League of Legends or any of that stuff, you may not be aware of some of the win rates and stuff like that. League is probably the one that you'll be very familiar with win rates, because that's what everyone cares about, is win rates of characters and like matchup charts and stuff like that. But okay, all I'm doing is switching this artifact on Ross to Falconeer Clary, and then we're going to Asimic Hunt. If I can find it. I just unequipped it. Why can't I find it like easily? Okay, there it is. Is Deanne still good? I would still say Deanne is really good for PvE. And for PvP, she has potential to be really, really good. Mursa, I can show you guys Mursa. The video that I did yesterday was utilizing that tool. So if you're curious how I did the sleeper picks, it wasn't just from my own experience. I also looked at the tool and I was like, wow, that's actually not bad for some of these units, just to confirm, to make sure I wasn't just giving you guys bad advice. But okay, let's start some Asimic Hunt on the background. Really slow team. We're probably only going to be doing like 2 every like 50 minutes. But okay, let's go to Asimic Hunt and let's start that, because I'm trying to get some immunity rings for my Alencia. What's my favorite Excel formula? The Countif. I think Countif is such a powerful thing. Okay, I just have to start it. Deanne or Amon Morancy in tanking Wyvern? Amon Morancy. Amon Morancy has higher FRES and does a lot more other stuff. Deanne can't really survive in the front line as well, because she doesn't have the same healing capabilities that Montmorency has. Energy is overcapped. Oh yeah, I usually overcap energy. You may be wondering why. It's just because I'm too lazy to I don't want to waste leaves, right? And I don't want to have to like be watching it, so I'll overcap it if I'm about to auto it. I just grabbed a bunch from my inbox. So I overcap the energy on purpose, because I don't want it to use my leaves, because I'm using the leaves for this weekend. I'm just going to sell some units in the transit stones. Oh yeah, I was gonna do that too. Let's do the win rate calculator first, and then I'll show you guys what I want my FCC to look like once I get her, right? And I get some other stuff. I'll show you guys what I want my FCC to look like. That's something I do want to do. But so remind me in a little bit too. Champ C is definitely still worth it. Champ C is an insane character right now. He's so good. He's so good in the current meta. He does so much work. Yeah, 6k energy for this weekend. Yep. Alright, let's sell some 3 stars. I don't want to sell all of them because I actually do use 3 stars for... I only do this for the transit stones, and then I use the rest for like awakening stuff. But okay, let's go here. Let's go to... Okay, so we're gonna play around a little bit with the win rate calculator, and then we'll go back and I'll show you guys my Tywin with SCC, like how I want her to look, so you guys have a good idea. Alright, let's see it. Dude, I sometimes hate BlueStack because like it lags whenever you go into one of these screens. It's like it loads a lot of the information. Alright, good thing we already had the button checked, but okay. We'll leave that running, and let's go back to the calculator. Alright. Long story short, very roundabout way to getting to this point. If you don't know about win rates, and you don't know in like competitive games like this, or any fighter game, a win rate of 50% means you are a good character. If you look at League or anything like that, 50% is good. Because assuming all things are equal, which is a very, very big thing to make. But in games like this, usually things are all considered equal, right? If you're in bronze, you're fighting people that are supposed to be your same level. If you're legend, you're fighting people that are legend that should have the same gear. So assuming all things are equal, a 50% win rate for a character is good. That means that they are not giving you an advantage. They are strong. They're performing. They're doing good, right? 50% is good. 48% is still good, right? 48% win rate is still pretty good. It's very close to 50. It could usually, that lower stat could mean because it's harder to build, so you may not know how to use it, or it's harder to use. And there's a lot of other factors or matchups and things of that nature. So there's a lot of things that can go also into affecting 48%. So usually 48 to 50% is good. It's balanced. Anything lower than 48%, you're looking at a hero that's not performing that well. So whether that is because people aren't using that unit properly, or they're hard to build, or there's a gear disparity, that's going to see when you see things that are lower than 48%, right? And you'll see that with any of the champions we look at. Anything higher than 50%, that is really good. Because again, assuming all things are equal, 2 equally matched opponents, one opponent will win 50% of the time, right? Because if you're equally matched with that person, you're going to be switching back and forth. You'll win sometimes, they'll lose sometimes according to draft and all that stuff. Whenever you have a hero that is above that 52% threshold, that is a unit that is really strong and in most games unfair. If I told you League of Legends unit had over 55% win rate, they would probably nerf that unit the next patch in League of Legends, right? Or in a lot of other fighter games. Because an over 55% win rate, that unit is really good. Because assuming, again, all things equal, they are giving you an unfair advantage because you're winning more now, even though you may have the same gear quality and the same skill level. So whenever you see a unit that's over 52%, that's really strong. That is like a broken unit essentially, right? Broken. And that, okay. We can get in another discussion of what you think broken is and what broken is not, right? But overall, in most games, if you have really high representation, which shows you what percentage of games you're used, and you have a very high percent win rate that is over 52%, you are, by all intents and purposes, a broken unit. In a game that's supposed to be 50-50, because all things are assumed to be equal, you have the same gear quality, same skill level, you have an unfair advantage by you drafting that unit. So just keep that in mind whenever we look at any of this, right? Just keep that in mind. And if it doesn't make sense at any point when we're looking at this, and it should, right? And this needs to drive the conversation, because we had a really long discussion in the Discord yesterday. By the way, join the Discord in the description down below of what is broken, right? Because I said SCC is a broken unit. And this was before I made this calculator. And they said SCC is not broken. They said it was just a good unit. They didn't think SCC was a broken unit. My definition of broken is that if you're a unit that is getting used everywhere and winning you a lot of games, you are a broken hero. You have an unfair advantage by using this unit. That is broken to me. For some people, that might just be strong, and broken is when there's something that is just overtly insane. In Smash terms, what broken would be kit, matchup ratios, and then of course playability. Like, is it a hard character to master? Because like things like Joker, people don't say is broken because usually like people do say he's broken, but it takes a lot of investment, so usually has very bad win rate, right? That's not Epic 7, right? We're focusing on Epic 7. So let's look at some heroes. At any point, ask me what hero you want to see, and then we can discuss why I think that unit is that way, why I think it's that high. And we're gonna start with the one that everyone must be wondering about. I can't actually, you have to type the whole name of the unit. Arbiter Vildred. Arbiter Vildred, by all intents and purposes, is not a balanced unit. All the signs point to Arbiter Vildred being broken. No one will tell you Arbiter Vildred is not broken. If you have an Arbiter Vildred and you're not spamming him, you're doing something wrong. So we can see it. He was used in 66% of championship matches. And you have to realize, this doesn't count. If the other matches, he was probably banned. Y'all realize this, right? This was matches that he wasn't. This was just overall matches out of the 60,000 matches that were played. This is not counting the matches he was pre-banned. I'll check those two in a second, Kirutsu. So, RB pretty much has like a 90 to 95% play rate. Because we're not counting how many times he actually was pre-banned, right? And he has very high pre-ban ratios. I could honestly tell you guys how many games he was actually pre-banned, right? So let me look how many games he was actually pre-banned, and then we can actually look at the real number of matches that... So I'm going to have to reveal a cell because I don't know exactly what... Alright, y'all are about to see a lot of the stuff and a lot of the background. So before we go to the other units, I want to add this to show you guys the pre-ban, how many times the unit was pre-banned. So let me... Y'all are going to be like, dude, why is there so many cells? But I kind of need this because when I'm writing it, I was just doing it to make it better. This is where all the data comes from, by the way. It's 60,000 cells of matches of just heroes, and I just kind of did some functions that let you just find it really quickly. So it just has the, so it's just countif. Okay, so it's just a simple countif, so I can literally just copy paste this. And let's get that back, and then... So times pre-ban would be, let's do this, and then let's do count if. We're gonna change this. Again, if you're ever curious about Excel, I love Excel. I can tell you guys how this works. But just know there's stuff you can do to make things faster, and like there's short commands and stuff like that. This one should already be the same. And it should just be that, right? So we don't need this section. So it should be countif. Okay, so Arbiter Vildred was pre-banned 9,000 games. Arbiter Vildred was pre-banned, right? So now let's hide these cells so you guys aren't like, what is going on? So let me hide these cells. Sorry for the intermission. Quick intermission while I do some code. All right. So RB was pre-banned 9,173 times. The total is that, so I should put this over here. And of course, this is why I haven't made it public, is because it's super messy. And then this one would be... This will be total matches adjusted, and it's just going to be this number minus this number. And if we go here... This one will keep that way, but let's go to the total times chosen, not counting the times that he was pre-banned. Okay, Arbitrary Builder had a 64% pick or ban rate. Alright, sorry about that super long intermission. You guys shouldn't. Sorry for the super long one. So it's a 64% overall. 64% of matches either pre-ban or ban RB. 66% of matches that RB wasn't pre-banned in Champion, right? So that's a lot. 64% of matches you're going to see on Arbitrary Villager, right? That is insane. That is a lot of RB. That is a lot of fighting RB, right? In Champion, this is probably more like 75%. If I wanted to go through, I could do that. It would take a little bit longer. But 66%. 64% usage rate. And he has a 54% win rate in Champion and a 56% win rate in overall. So if you pick Arbitral Vildred, you have an unfair advantage over your opponent, because assuming you have the exact same gear quality as your opponent, the exact same drafting skills as your opponent, you're going to be winning 5% more times than if you didn't pick Arbitral Vildred. So let that sink in. Next time you play Arbitral Vildred, just know if you pick him, you're giving yourself better odds at winning. Because he has insane win rate. He has all this stuff. So whenever people talk about Arbitral Villager, that is why he is the definition of broken. Such super high usage rate, super high win rate in all brackets, right? This is overall. All brackets, bronze, all the way to legend. He has 56% win rate. That's insane. And a 54% just in Champion, where people are supposed to know how to deal with Arbitral Villager. That's an unfair advantage that you have by picking Arbitral Villager, right? That's what it comes down to. So some of the other units that you guys have been asking me about, Apocalypse, Ravi, and Maid Chloe. So Maid Chloe, she wasn't played a lot in Champion, but had a decent win rate. And the overall, she was played in 1,800 matches, which is about 3% of matches. And she had a 48% win rate, which is not bad. For as much as we like to hate on Maid Chloe, not bad. Also, if you would like to see, the people who had the most success and won more was the people that picked Maid Chloe as their last picks, right? If you picked Maid Chloe as one of the last two picks, you have a considerably higher chance of winning that match. But if you pick Maid Chloe early on, your win rate was considerably lower, right? And that's something that, of course, I'm going to add when I have the time. But this is essentially what the player picked, right? You can see where people are picking Maid Chloe. So if you see here in Champion, some people are still first picking Maid Chloe for some really odd reason. But most people are last picking Maid Chloe and having some decent success. But fourth pick looks to be like the place that most people are having the most success. So Maid Chloe, not bad, right? Not a bad. Balanced. Balanced. This is balanced. I did one Icky this past 2 days ago. I did it 2 days ago, but not on that many. A video analysis about those data on RTA. I did a couple, but not like an in-depth like discussion about it. But Maid Chloe, by all intents and purposes, is a balanced unit. Wanda. It's Explorer Wanda, right? You have to type the name exactly here. Explorer Wanda, right? What's her actual name? Let me look up Sermia while we wait. Sermia. Okay, before you're like Sermia sucks, you have to realize she was only used in 1% of matches. So not a lot of people are using Sermia. So this win rate, I would not use as justification for Sermia being bad. She was not played enough for her things to match. This is such low play rate. This could be 1 or 2 players being the same. So while this looks really bad for Sermia, and Sermia is not that great, it's not a lot of data. So it's not something you want to use to justify, but it's not great either. So could show that she's not that strong. It's about to say least used hero. I could. It would take me 10 minutes to actually do the code for that race, but I can definitely do that. That's something I can definitely do. So that's the thing. I might open up a community post discussion to see what you guys want added, or if I should just keep it as a win rate calculator, and then other stuff we can just do for funsies. And of course, I knew a lot of people are probably gonna leave because people hate Excel, with good reason, right? Because school made you hate Excel. Apocalypse Ravi, also another balance unit. Dude, I actually cannot type. That's the only problem. If I was better at Excel, I'd be able to put a drop-down menu. But again, another balance unit, 48%. So, and she had pretty good representation. She was used 10% of matches. Overall, out of these 60,000 matches, she was used 10% of matches. Had a 48% win rate. That's balance. Ravi is a balanced unit by all intents and purposes. So, nice. It's good, right? She did okay. Not bad. All-rounder Wanda. Let me put all-rounder Wanda. Is that, you have to tell me the exact spelling of all-rounder Wanda. Because if it's not exactly all-rounder Wanda, then it's not going to count. Let me see if it's one that just got deleted for some reason. Like, it didn't get converted properly. So these didn't get converted properly, but they're still in there. So Ravi, again, another balanced unit. Actually a little bit on the low side for champion. For having this high representation, she was in 17% of champion matches and only had a 46% win rate. It's a little bit on the low side. This is probably because of F10 and Ceres. People try to force Ravi more than they should, and then they're getting clapped because there's so many water units that are countering her. All-rounder Wanda is one of the converted. Oh yeah, she is C4065. C4065. So Wanda, not a lot of people using Wanda. Every time someone tried to use her in champion, which was only like probably one dude that tried it, he lost. And this is way too small of a sample size, so this is probably like a couple people that are playing around with Wanda. So you cannot draw conclusions on Wanda if she's good or bad, because this is probably just like very few players. There's only one dude in champion that probably used her. This is probably that one guy that tried to use Wanda and just failed all the times that he picked her. So this is not representative of what she can actually do. It's too small. It's too small of a sample size. So again, sample size matters. There's a lot of statistics. I don't want you guys taking this information and saying Wanda sucks, 0% win rate, because it's just not enough. This is just not a large enough sample size. I would say if this gets to 10%, that's a really good sample size. If this gets to 10%, really good sample size. Y'all are giving me a lot to look up, so I'll try to get through all of them. Made Chloe, I already did, and she was a balanced unit. And I talked about her a little bit. She's actually pretty balanced. She does pretty good. Not choosing a lot, and it's probably only like 100 players really using her, max. Maybe even like 50 players. By the way, there's 8,000 accounts that it tracked. So there could be some skewing because of that. So that's why the more that you see, the better. The less, like the more confidence you can say doing a statement. She was picked 158 times in champion, and she was picked 1,800 times. That's a pretty good sample size, 1,800 times. You can make a conclusion that May Chloe is actually pretty good, pretty balanced. Luna, let me see. Luna was not picked a lot. One person in champion seems to be doing really well with her, or a couple people in champion. She was picked 28 times. This is probably like 4 people using her, and she had a 50% win rate, which is not terrible. So these few people are having a lot of success with Luna in champion. Other people are not having success with Luna. Again, very small sample size, can't really do a lot. So, Ambitious Tywin. Ambitious Tywin is another broken hero. If I look Ambitious Tywin, it's like, it's a no shocker. He was used in 27% of championship and champion matches, and he was used 18% overall, and had a very, very good win rate. This is borderline broken. This is on the borderline of broken because it's over 52%, which means, again, you're getting an unfair advantage. You picking a Tywin, assuming all things are equal, happens this. One thing I want to do is to see what the win rate is if you type who you're going against. So potentially doing another function that counts to see how many times you won against a certain matchup, which I like to see that. Like if you were able to see how does a Tywin do against Last Rider Crawl, you could type a Tywin up here and then match against, and then you could type like maybe like Last Rider Crawl, and then it did a modified win rate. Would you like to see that? Would that be something that's cool? That'd be something that I feel like would be really cool, because then you can see matchups and things that you matched up against. I would have to write that. It wouldn't take that long, but I don't want to sit here and just code in Excel in front of you guys and then you guys get bored. But I can definitely do that. It would take me, but it would like, and I can also do like paired with, maybe see if you're paired with a certain unit. Again, the only problem is the sample size is not as big as I would like. Ideally, this would be like millions of matches. Ideally, Smilegate would release all the information and then we could have a really good calculator. But no, Smilegate doesn't release this information public, which is really annoying. It'd be really cool to see how effective counters really are. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Like if you typed Arby and then you put ML Haste and see how the win rate changed. That'd be pretty interesting. Specimen says, I'll do Specimen says and then Inspector Tenebria. Specimen says, not doing too hot. People are choosing him a lot though. It looks like people like to experiment. I think the only reason this win rate is so low right now is because people are still experimenting with him. I think Specimen says has really good potential to be really good in the future. Once people actually learn. So this is not the unit being bad, why you have a 45% win rate. I think this is more of people not knowing how to use Specimen says properly still. Spectre Tenebria, but surprisingly a balanced unit. 50%. Oh wait, Spectre Tenebria. A little bit on the strong side, but as you see here, when you put in everyone, not everyone knows how to deal with Spectre Tenebria. So when you look at lower brackets, it bumps up the win rate because lower brackets don't know how to deal with Spectre Tenebria. But when you just look at champion, her win rate drops because people know how to deal with Spectre Tenebria. So we can actually see that Spectre Tenebria, once you know how to deal with her, is not as oppressive, right? So she does have, this just shows that it's really good for earlier ranks, but the higher up you go, the worse. Falconer Clury. I always mess up the typing for this one. Out of all the 3 stars, I can tell you right now, out of all the RGBs, she probably has one of the best ones. The best win rates. So, Falconer Clury and Champion, where a miss really does hurt you, 49%. But 35% matches used in all brackets. 50% is not bad. That's actually really good. Tell me how to look, I have not looked at. But Falconer Clury, out of all the specialty chains, like between Ross and her, she has the best win rate. Alpha is going to be a small sample size. I can already tell you right now, Alpha is going to be too small of a sample size. Captain Ricker is probably as well. I don't think there's a lot of people with Captain Rickers. Yeah. There's people were probably... There's one guy that got a win. And it's a super small sample size of 4. There's only 4 matches that had... if this is a 0, you can't do any conclusions. So this is not a good view at Captain Rickers. It's too small. The sample size is way too small. Vivian, actually really good. Alright, this is some of the cases where it starts getting interesting. Honestly, Gabriel, yeah, that's the only reason why. Because can you imagine if you could look at all information, you would really be able to see what units are oppressive. And we all know it's Arby and like Fallen Cecilia and Last Rider Crawl, because this already shows it, but you get to see some really cool stuff if they open more. But okay, Vivian, this one is really cool, right? We have a pretty good sample size for Vivian. She's used 7% of matches in Champion, 6% overall. What I think is really cool about this is that she has a terrible win rate when you consider things from Bronze all the way to Legend. But when you're just looking at Champion, which is higher up, her win rate shoots up a lot more. What this tells me, and I said it in the video, Vivian is a hard unit to gear. She needs to have Dignazorb. She needs to be fast. She needs to have good damage. She needs to be a little bit tankier. And that's not easy for early game players to do and to have good success and to have all those things. And on top of all that, it requires knowledge with Vivian. So it's really cool to see units that terrible win rate in other brackets, but the higher you go up, the better the unit is. That's why I think it's really cool, and it shows that you can get some units to be really good. Another unit that is actually like this is Sinful Angelica. Sinful Angelica, same thing. 47% win rate, but when carried by a champion level player, this is really good. This is a pocket pick. If you learn how to use Sinful Angelica properly, you can win a lot more matches. That is really cool. But if you don't know how to use her, you're not going to be doing too great with her. I think this is why I love win rate calculators and like seeing like different brackets, because you can literally see earlier game players or people that don't play RTA as much don't know how to use Sinful Angelica. But when you learn how to use Sinful Angelica, when you learn how to draft with her, you can get really good win rate with Sinful Angelica. That is so cool. Same thing with Rose. Rose is probably the biggest one, dude. Look at that. Look at this Rose. Rose as a hero. There was like, for 1 month, like 3 months ago, for the whole month, I kept telling y'all, Rose is broken. Invest in your roses. And I wasn't freaking lying to y'all. Look at Rose. She was picked 200 times, 200 matches. What? And you can see the difference. When a champion level player plays Rose, they know what they're doing with Rose. They have the right gear on her. They're drafting her right. 54% win rate. That's almost the same win rate as using Arbiter Vildred. But then when you look at people overall using her, they don't have the right gear, not the right drafts, have zero idea how to use her, and it drops to 44%. That is insane to me, dude. Y'all realize how crazy that is? 44% win rate. Rose is hard to build. Yeah, it's hard to build, but you can see the difference of like the potential that Rose has as a unit. A well-built Rose can get you so many dubs. Versus a bad Rose is gonna be trash, right? If I didn't get to one, let me know again and I'll try to do it again. So Deannie was one of the ones that you asked about. Deannie, I told y'all, people sleep in her in PvP. Very good win rate. I mean, she's the best attack buffer in the game, right? So still pretty good, right? And then the better you know how to use her, again, gets better win rate, right? And champion, once you start learning how to use her, get better gear on her. So not bad. So Deannie, again, really good unit. Blood Moon Haste, you'd be surprised. He actually doesn't do as good as you would think. But that's pretty good, right? So this is above average, right? So it's not bad. It's actually pretty good. It's very solid. And you can see that it's more effective lower brackets. And this also makes sense because the higher you go up, people know how to deal with Moonlight Haste. If you think about it, F10 and RB is such a common duo that's why Emerald Haze doesn't have a higher win rate. So, let me see some other ones. You're asking about Rylet. I had to type the whole name, so I can't use the shorthand name. Remnant Violet. There we go. This one's really funny, and I talked about it in the video. Oh yeah, Tamara Luluka. I'll try to get to all of them, but I also want to give analysis, not just to like go through them. This one's really interesting. Early game players have no idea how to deal with Rylet. Zero clue how to deal with the Rylet. They just will lose to Rylet, which is really funny that he has such good win rate lower down. But then in Champion, really good representation, but it's perfectly balanced. Rylet is a perfectly balanced unit. You may hate Rylet, but he is quote unquote balanced. There's nothing wrong with Rylet as a unit. It's 50-50. It's a good unit. Yeah, I mean, Matthew, there could be one unit that has 100% if it only has like 2 or 3 matches. So the sample size matters. I would say if the sample size is anything lower than 100, it's not good. Okay, so let me do Top Model Luluka and then I'll do Sage Ball. I can't type to save my life. Top Model Luluka, again, this one I have experienced myself. Top Model Luluka is a really good unit to climb early ranks. People do not know how to deal with Top Model Luluka. I spanned Top Model Luluka at the start of the season to get from bronze all the way to champion, and I spanned him like 10 games in a row, didn't lose a single game with Top Model Luluka. But the higher you get up, people have speed contesters. People know how to deal with Top Model Luluka. RB start having Moonlight Dreamblade. And you see Top Model Luluka's win rate drop by a lot. And she is picked a lot. But her win rate drops a lot because people know how to deal with her. They'll pick a Sids, they'll pick a Collies, they'll pick Viking Cluries. They will have Basars to outspeed. They will have tank Arby's so she doesn't do her job properly. Top Model Luluka is still good. Still a good unit. 48% is like balanced, right? It's not like insane, but it's not bad. It's good. But it's interesting to see that people learn how to use Top Model Luluka. Sage Ball. And you'll see this with a lot of... before I get to the other ones... I want to talk about control units in a second. Because as much as we love to hate on control, by all intents and purposes, is usually balanced. With Tywin being the only imbalanced control unit. If we look at all control units, they will have around a 50% win rate. If we look at all control units, they will have around a 50% win rate. Sage Ball and Sun is an example of this. Again, the higher you go up, people know how to deal with Sage Ball. Lower down, people have no idea what Sage Ball does. And again, it's experience in drafting and experience in units. Why has a higher win rate lower down? People in lower brackets don't know how to deal with Sage Ball. Higher up, they learn. And also 15% becomes more important because fights in higher brackets, like High Champion and Legend, fights are all determined by one dual attack, one resist, one thing, right? And if we look at all control units, they are overall around 50%. They're all 50-50. So we love to joke that control units are 50-50, but they really are. Fairy Tail Tenebria, right? A unit that is... Okay, I'm not typing her name now. Fairy Tail Tenebria. There we go. All right, wait. I hate that it messed with that. So let me... I can't type. Fairy Tail Tenebria, 50%, 50-51. Using almost 50% of matches though. So that is something to look at, right? One unit is almost getting picked. Every other match, F10 is getting picked. That is also, you could make the argument, does she need to get nerfed? She's getting a lot of play. She's getting a lot of representation. That is a discussion that we can have. We can sit down and talk about, okay, her win rate is actually balanced, right? You either know how to deal with her or she misses her debuffs and you win, right? So it's very 50-50. But she's seeing almost a 50% play rate. So that's something that you can argue that she's stifling creativity. That's something you could argue. But as far as win rate, even though she is very oppressive and combos really well with other units, not an insane win rate. It's actually like not terrible. Ceres is the same thing. Ceres, this one I think is really funny. Again, almost 50% of matches. And then this is also where you get into very weird discussions, right? Where a unit is not broken in Champion and Legend, but stomps in lower brackets. That's another thing that's it's interesting to talk about, right? 50% representation, right? Ceres is getting 50% representation. She's not doing a lot in Champion. She's not oppressive in Champion. And most Champion players will tell you Ceres is annoying, but they will not tell you that she's broken, right? But a lot of other players will. Usually people that are not in Champion, that are in Challenger or trying to climb to higher brackets. Look at the win rate in those brackets. 56%. That is insane. That is a really good win rate, right? But then higher up, people know how to deal with her. I think this is really, really cool. So if you're trying to climb, use Ceres. If you're someone that's trying to climb, use Ceres. People don't know how to deal with her in lower brackets. So if you're trying to get to like Masters, yeah. Lower level players have troubles with her. Higher level players, I mean, I have Lilius, I have Champ C, I have a Tywin. I can just ignore her. I can ban her. And it gets even worse, right? So like whenever she's let through, usually she does worse. So pretty interesting. But all I wanted to say with this is control units are balanced. As much as we love to hit on control units, with the exception of like Ceres and lower brackets, and a Tywin, they do pretty balanced. Alright, so now I will open it back up to see if you guys want to see any unit. I saw Briar Witch Iceria. This one literally just shows you that, no offense to any of y'all, but if you're a player that thinks Briar Witch Iceria is a bad unit, you are wrong. And you don't know, and you don't value utility. And that's all that it tells you, that you don't have good game knowledge right now. And that's not your fault necessarily. Maybe it's just because you were taught wrong by other YouTubers that aren't as experienced at the game. Like people like Psychopath Gaming. No offense if you watch them. But saying Briar Witch Iceria is bad when she's seeing 20% usage rate in Champion and having a really good win rate. How can you say this unit is bad? There's the matches. She's winning matches. She's getting wins, above average wins as well. But there's people that think she's bad. And there's a lot of people propagating this. Other YouTubers. Oh, there's a lot of YouTubers. The only one I know that for sure was Psychopath Gaming, Reddit, and then of course the reviews. They tell you Briar Witch Iceria is bad, But if you ask an actual player that has game knowledge, they will tell you Briar Witch Asteria is actually on the stronger side. And it shows. 20% of matches in Champion she was used. And of those 20% of matches, she had a 51% win rate. Like, you may not like the design. That is your own thing. You may want her to be different. That's its own thing. Yes, she is kind of weird. It is weird. As you mentioned, it is weird that she's a dark unit with hit chance. She is weird, but being weird doesn't mean bad. Right? Just because a unit has... She's basically like a Swiss Army knife. Which is also good. Because if you have a unit that's a Swiss Army knife, the opponent has no idea what you're going to be having. They don't know if it's a speed one. They don't know if it's a support one. They don't know if it's a tank one. They don't know. They don't know if it's a damage one. And that Swiss Army capability actually makes her better. Her being weird is better. I do have one build. Chris G, let me show you real quick. So again, if you... I'm farming right now while I'm doing this discussion. And I don't want to have to stop the farm and then we'll get super sidetracked. But I will show you a Ravi. So again, if you didn't know, Epic 7 Discord, we have a tab for units that have been vetted. These units haven't been vetted, but there's sometimes some really cool units. We try to go every Sunday and update the actual brackets. So you were asking about a Ravi. There are some pretty good Ravis out there that they have shown. I hope. I think I already showed mine. Yeah, this one's mine. So this is my Ravi. Not the craziest Ravi, but she gets the job done. Counter Ravi. There's some people that have speed Ravis. I think there's a speed Ravi in here. Yeah, this is a speed Ravi. So this is a really good speed Ravi. So if you're going for a speed set Ravi, this is kind of like what you want to do. Fast, good defensive stats, really good damage stats, and really good speed. That's a really good speed Ravi. And then mine, ideally, the only thing I would change is give her more crit rate. That's it. That's the only thing I would change about mine. I wouldn't even care about the immunity that much. But yeah, go in the Discord. It's linked in the description of the video or the stream, and you can go check her out. But yeah, going back to what we're saying, Briar Witch Asteria. Yeah, she's seeing success in low brackets as well, right? And there's more than enough data to say Briar Witch Asteria is a good unit. I don't know what to tell people that still think she's bad. I don't know what to tell YouTubers that are spreading misinformation and saying she's bad, but she's good. If you ask any player that knows the game well, they will tell you Briar Witch Asteria is a good unit. If they buffed her, she'd be bonkers, right? She would be busted, right? She would be absolutely broken. If they actually buff her, she would be broken. She would be like insane. No, this is all from the past 60,000 matches, which was 3 weeks after her release. She could be more broken now, Damien. That is true. As people learn how to use her even more and more, this win rate could actually go up higher. I actually think it will. Briar Witch Asteria is very oppressive. But yeah, data doesn't lie. That doesn't lie. You can argue with me. You can tell me she's trash, but I'll be like, okay, then why does she have a 51% win rate? Right? So like, we can sit here and be like, very used. Everyone's using her. That knows the game. Yeah, she's good and legend. Yeah, see, proven fact. It's just, and the data shows it. Briar Witch is not a bad unit. If you think she's a bad unit, you're wrong. Hopefully this helps you understand. We can talk about why she's a good unit. If you want to know why she's good, she's a unit that counters tank teams who are still very popular, sets up attack break, which is really, really good, does pretty good damage, can hit Rylet, and has a ton of debuffs, a ton of utility. Like, ton of utility with damage, that's so good. Highest win rate RGB, I don't know. But RGBs don't have that great of win rate. I actually think it might actually be Ceres in the overall. But Landy surprisingly doesn't have the greatest win rate. Again, it's okay. 48% means it's balanced. 46% in other brackets, people don't know how to play Landy. Right? That's normal. Landy's a hard unit to build. People don't know how to use Landy. Right? So because people don't know how to use Landy, they don't have as good win rate. But as you learn more about Landy, she goes up. I think this is going to keep going up and up and up as time goes on, because more people are going to get Guiding Light. So this should be going up once more players can put Guiding Light on her. Charon did okay. Charon was okay. I already did Charon earlier. Not great, but he's being played a lot. I was surprised how much he's actually being played. 17% of matches out of the 60,000 matches, and then 28%. That's really high. Briar is really good. Such a good opener. She's a great opener. She's a great damage dealer. So much utility you can do. But yeah, with more Guiding Light, she's gonna get better too. You're asking about Crawl. Let me. My Peleus slept tonight. Can y'all hear the music this whole time? I always worry y'all can't hear the music. Music is playing, by the way, in the background. Crawl is. I mean, this is as balanced as you get. Crawl is the definition of a balanced unit. 48% on all bracket is just a balanced unit. He's balanced. He's very balanced. Crawl is a fair unit. Oh, y'all can't hear music? Dude, I feel like y'all can never hear music. But then I feel like I made it too loud just now. If it gets too loud, let me know. I feel like this will be super loud. This has been playing the whole time, by the way. I wouldn't recommend it for free to play. Just get it from the shop. Get at least one copy. Get it from the powder shop. Magic Scholar Dollar. Thanks for putting the whole name. Magic Scholar Dollar is not terrible. Again, when used in the right place, 49%. Right? People don't know how to use her. Has a 47%. Kind of a nice pick. I did because I have resources to pull for the Guiding Light. If you're another one, I wouldn't. Crescent Moon Rin, I've seen that one a couple of times. This is why I told you guys. This is why she was actually number one. I didn't show this in the video yesterday. The top 5 underrated or slept on units. The only reason I didn't show this because I didn't want to get into the whole conversation about this. I didn't want to spend 5 minutes discussing this. But this is why she made it in the top 5 yesterday as number 1. I couldn't tell you guys that yesterday, so I had to just like say some BS excuse because I was actually looking at win rates. But yes, Crescent Moon Rin is extremely good when you put them time in her. Kind of like Rose. People in lower brackets don't have the gear, don't know how to use her, they do bad with her. Higher up, she's a monster. She's so good for cleave teams and aggro teams. She's insane. She's actually insane. She's really hard to build, which is why she only seeks success higher up. And you have to have very specific teams with her. She does really well as a speed contester and as a damage unit. Crescent Moon Rings strips buffs, stuns, and steals buffs. The reason why she's so good is for aggressive teams. You set up immunity early, and you also have an opportunity to stun someone that's priority. Kise, that's actually a good question. Kise, who's in the banner right now. Not the greatest representation on here, so I wouldn't use the champion one to do any conclusions. 100 matches is not enough to make a conclusion about a unit. For the overall, not doing too hot, but that's because people don't know how to use her. This is just not large enough sample size, right? So this is not large enough sample size. I wouldn't look at this. The sample size is not big enough for Kise to make a conclusion about her. That's all I'm gonna. For that, that's what I'm gonna say about her. And then for the overall, this is pretty good. If you just care about the overall, this is where it would be. Album or truth? I mean, maybe, probably. Judge Kise, I mean, again, not a big sample size. For this, it's pretty good. So for overall, it's pretty good. It's actually not bad. But for this, it's not big enough. The sample size. It's not big enough. For this, it's decently big enough sample size. And yes, she does pretty good in most brackets. Polides. The new unit. Perfectly balanced unit. As much as we hate and as much as people hate her, she does okay. I mean, 50-50. If you put her against a cleave player, it's a 50-50. Do you have other units to counter the cleave team? That's literally what it comes down to. When I see this on Polides, all it tells me is that cleave players are adapting and people still don't know how to play with her properly. So we probably will see it go up in the future. Oh, this one. This one's going to grind a lot of people's gear. And this one is an argument for not using statistics to balance the game. So it's pretty okay, right? But it's balanced. Compared to ML Heroes, she's fine. Seaside is fine. She's in a good spot right now. She's not oppressive. She's not bad. She has a lot of representation, almost 50% of matches. You could argue that she needs to be nerfed, and that's why you could say, like, if you just look at statistics, that's why you need to do a discussion. Perfectly balanced. Lower people don't know how to use it properly, win rate drops. Perfectly balanced, quote unquote. Now, this gets into the argument. Should we be seeing a unit that has almost 50% representation? That means every other game that you queue up in RTA, you will go against a Seaside Valona. Right? So that's another argument. Right? Should you be seeing units 50% of your matches? Should you be seeing the same unit 50% of your matches? Yes or no? And the answer is no. Nerfing this unit could be a good idea to not let her see as much, right? As much play. But as far as win rate, she's perfectly balanced unit. Yeah, it's a new haircut. I had it for a while, but no one mentioned it in the last stream. Thanks for noticing, though. But still a really good unit. Again, people don't know how to use her lower down. Really good later down. What is really cool, though. Alright. Quick side conversation about Seaside because I just love stats, right? And we haven't been talking about pick order. So as you guys saw, this usually tells you when the player picked the unit. The way you see how people don't know how to draft lower down, look at this. People in lower brackets are first picking SSB. Think about that. Look at the difference. Champion level players, no, you probably shouldn't first pick SSB. There's still some that do it. But for the most part, look at the difference. When you get lower down, it's like over like a 400% difference. People usually pick on the last 3 slots. But then when you look at overall, you see the difference in drafting skills. Like this. You literally see the difference in drafting skills this quick. The only reason I see people picking her this early is if Last Rider Car is banned and your opponent picks F10A. That's when you would see first Seaside first pick. Because usually, if you pick Roana and SSB, when Last Rider Car is banned, and if they pick F10A, that's actually not bad. Sadly, we don't have the information for artifacts. Oh, and I was supposed to hide these. Oh, I did hide them. So, we don't have... the only thing we have is the players that actually played for the data, the pick order, the bans, the pre-bans, and the post-bans, and what server they were from. And then whether or not player 1 or player 2 lost, which is how the win rate's calculated. I didn't do this, by the way. Oh yeah, let me show the official the Reddit post. By the way, if you're enjoying this, I would not have been able to do this without the... Wait, did the stream crash? I think the stream crashed. Okay, it was crashing. OBS was like, bro, we're about to go down, bro. And I was like, oh no, not like this. But again, I was getting to it. Let me find the post. I would not have been able to do this if it wasn't for this person's work. And if you guys can go and like this Reddit post, it deserves all the likes it can get. This guy, I don't know how he did it. He doesn't want to reveal it. But essentially, he's the one that compiled all the data from the 60 previous matches, which I have no idea how you would do that. But, yeah. Also, how can you search? That's what I hate is, like, it's so annoying, like, searching for old posts in Reddit, dude. I hate it. Alright, we're almost there. I recognize a lot of the other posts around it. So let me link it. I'm going to link it so you guys can go like it. So this work was done by this person. That's the way I was able to get everything. So, I mean, give him credit because I would not have all this data and I would not be able to analyze the data if it wasn't for this post and this guy. G-Skip. I don't know how he did it, but he compiled 60,000. 8,000 accounts. 8,210 accounts. Really good sample size. Really good sample size. Like, it gives us a really good view. Again, shows some of the bans, some of the post bans, some of the pre-bans. This number is interesting. I guess it doesn't count double pre-bans. That's why this number is bigger. But he did all this work, so I would not be able to have done any of this stuff without his data, right? So, mad rap to the guy. Oh, you're right. Dude, I'm so stupid. Matthew, thanks for letting me know that I'm boosted. Lag, but still going. Alright. Mersa was one of the ones that you guys wanted to see. Again, this is why I told you guys, invest in your Mersas. Look how good she's doing in Champion, dude. Lower down, people don't know how to use Mursa. They don't have the right gear for her. Higher up, look at that. When I was doing the video yesterday, I was looking at this sheet. That's all I'm going to tell you. So, I was looking at this. Mursa has a really good win rate in champion. So, invest in her. She's a good unit. Is it still lagging? Is my voice lagging? I don't know why it's lagging so bad. Maybe it's telling me to go to sleep soon. Can y'all still hear me though? I might have too much stuff open actually. Oh, I thought you said no, you can't hear me. Okay, but yeah, Mursa, not bad. Alright, so pretty good Mursa. Alright. Nice. Hopefully y'all can still hear my voice. That's all that matters. But Mursa has a 53% win rate in champion. So, that's pretty good. Mursa having a 50% win rate is pretty good in champion. So, invest in your Mursa. Right? Faithless Lytica. This one was really funny. Cleave is not dead, bro. Cleave ain't dead. Maybe it's because people haven't finished building their Polides. So, this is a good reason why, most likely. Athletica still sees a lot of play. Athletica still has a really good win rate. So Cleave ain't dead. People are adapting with Athletica. This is probably because people haven't built their Polides. That's my guess. My guess is people haven't finished building their Polides and other Cleave counters. So I do expect this to drop in the future. I really do expect this to drop in the future. But as of right now, she's doing pretty good. Cleave is still alive and well. Alive and kicking. Who has the highest pick rate outside of RBFCC? Ceres, F10A. Let me read, because he did it on the Reddit post. Ceres, F10A, Last Rider Crawl, Rendon Violet, Faithless Lytica. Oh, never mind. I'm reading the other one. Most picked: Arbiter Bildred, Seaside Bellona, Fallen Cecilia, Ceres, Fairy Tale Tenebria, Pioneer Clury, Tempest Surin, Remnant Violet, Last Rider Crawl, Spectre Tenebria, Kairon, Top Model, Crawl, Oxlots, Landy, Faithless Lytica, Ruel, Dami, Lilius, and Rowana. You were asking about Rose. I talked about her earlier. Really good win rate in champion. Not so good in other brackets. Mostly because people in lower brackets don't know how to use Rose properly. Nope. Dio? Not really. Shockingly. 16% of matches at Faithless Lytica and have 53% win rate. It actually did better. Dio. So Faithless Lytica actually kind of popping off. Cleave is chilling. Yeah, I was shocked too. I'm pretty sure people just haven't adapted their Polides yet. Yeah. But let's look at Oxlots. Let's see if Oxlots. Bro, I cannot spell today. How do you spell auxiliary? How do you spell Oxlots, dude? Dang. This sucks. Hold up, let me look up how you type Oxlots. Auxiliary. There we go. Oxlots, again, kind of chilling. 52% win rate. Bro, stop. I'm meta typing. It's a gift and a curse. But yeah, Auxiliary's doing fine. Challenger. I'm going to butcher this name too. Challenger Dami surprisingly not doing too hot in higher up. So, Oxlots, Athletica, no Sedum looks like the way to go for Cleave. So Cleave players, Oxlots is fine, Athletica's fine, Sedum is okay, but it looks like she's not gonna give you as much dubs as using other units. Later, Matthew, thanks for dropping by. So Cleave is chilling, but surprisingly Sedum's not doing too hot in champion. Overall, she's 50-50, so there's probably better. You were asking about Operator Cigarette though. One of the few MLs that has a very bad win rate. Oh, you have auxiliary. Yeah, I can't spell it, bro. I'm sorry. I can't spell your name. I did Kairon earlier, but I can type it again. But yeah, Operator Cigarette. Kairon was 40. It's okay. It's not great. People are using him way too much, though. This is way too high for Kayron. People shouldn't be using Kayron that much right now. He's kind of dead. But Operator Sigrid, not that crazy. Right? 45%, 44%. Not as OP as people think. So, you know who has a really good watch is Shuri. But for Kayron, again, it was 46% on both. He's being picked way more than he should. Because Kayron is a good unit. But it's not his meta. Right? There's F10, there's Ceres. There's too much water floating around for him to do his job. Right? So that's why we see the lower win rate. I don't think it's a problem with the unit. I think it's this meta that's forcing him out. And people trying to force him too much. Champion Serato is okay. So Champion Serato, 50-50. I mean, it makes sense. Because, like, usually people don't have the best Champ Cs. And with control, it depends. Are they going to be able to kill the rest of your team? Falconeer Cleary we did earlier. But I can put it in real quick. So Falconeer Cleary was pretty good. 49%. Again, 49% is not bad. And then Adventurer Rouse. No one's asked about him, but not so hot. I was surprised about this one. I was very surprised about Ross. When I looked at Ross, I was actually very surprised about Ross. But it makes, like, the more you think about it, it starts to make a little bit more sense. Because when you look at it, you remember that Ross is a free-to-play player. Or free-to-play unit. He can POP. I'm just kidding. It's probably because he's a really hard to build unit. Ross is really hard to build right. Like, only like very few people actually have a good Ross. Everyone else just has mediocre Ross. Blaze Dingo, I think, is one of the ones that got converted. Or is that not how he's played Blaze Dingo? I'm gonna do Mortalix and Chew since someone's asked. And Archdemon's Shadow because I think it's interesting. I don't know what I misspelled. Maybe it's because I put a space. Yeah, it's because I put a space. Blaze Dingo, not enough representation. Decent representation. 45%. I would say that's about right. Hard to use unit. This is enough games to actually do a statement. So, Tempest Surin. Pretty balanced. I mean, the higher you go up, people know how to deal with her. Early on, people don't know how to deal with her. Very good representation though. A third of games, you're gonna see every 3 games you will see a T-Surin on the opponent's side, or you will be picking the T-Surin yourself. Really good in lower brackets. People don't know how to deal with Tempest Surin. The higher you go up, her win rate drops a lot. People know how to deal with her. People are contesting you for Fallen Cecilia. People know other things. Colby did Sage Ball, but I can do it again. But it makes sense. Sage Ball, pretty good. Really good win rate. Little Queen Charlotte. Really good. Really good. Again, 50% is really good. Doing really good in lower brackets as well. People don't know what LQC does. If I asked you off the top of your head, what's LQC's passive, most of you guys wouldn't know it. Cess, I don't think has enough representation. Yeah, one guy used Cess one time and won with it. And then it's not big enough representation. Let me see Arch Team and Mercedes. C5004. Arch Team and Mercedes, I am shocked by. Arch Team and Mercedes has almost a 50-50 win rate, and she actually has a lot of representation. This is surprising, but it's not broken. So what we said about, dude, what's so nice to me is it shows me that I actually know what I'm talking about. Because when I talked about Arch Team and Mercedes when she first came out, I was like, Arch Team and Mercedes has potential. She's not going to be terrible, but she's not going to be like OP broken ML hero. 49% win rate is very good. That's not bad. I've seen a couple, and I beat them every single time. I know how to deal with her. But it's pretty good, right? So, it shows you guys that I'm not capping. I know what I'm talking about. Now I just have stats to back up my claims. Because now I can tell you guys with certainty that Arch Team Mercedes is not overpowered. She's okay. She's not bad. She's not terrible, but definitely usable. Case in point. She's definitely usable. 49% win rate. Very solid. Better win rate than Landy. So there's that. So, look at y'all. We checked Kisa, it made me really sad. Yeah, I mean, she's not bad. She's very balanced. But But here's the thing. I've been avoiding this. Fallen Cecilia. Why did I tell you guys, even though she's good, why you should save your summons? Look at the difference in win rate. Artemis Shadow, balanced. Fallen Cecilia, broken. Which one are you gonna pick? Landy's just hard to build, and I don't think everyone has the right gear on her. Her win rate's not great for Landy, but I'm pretty sure it's more because people don't. It's like average. It's okay. It's not suck. It's just balance. But she's getting a lot of representation. I think it's because people don't have Guiding Light. I guarantee y'all, in 1 month, her win rate will go up since people will have Guiding Light now, and will have FCC to pair off. I expect Landy to go up to like over 50% over the next month. So, but Fallen Cecilia. This is why everyone should put for Fallen Cecilia, unless you know the next. Unless you're free to play, you should wait till the next one. But I'm about to go in a rant. Oh my goodness. Buckle up, kids. Take out the popcorn. Again, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you like, subscribe, join the Discord server, all that good stuff. Subscribe really will help. But right, enough about that. Let's go on a short little rant about Fallen Cecilia. Because if you guys know, the competitor community knows each other pretty well, right? There's a lot of people that are competitive and will do arguments against each other. I have always said, and I have always stood by my statement, that I have said that Fallen Cecilia is an OP unit. And whenever I say that, every single legend player or high tier level player will tell me I suck at the game if I think she's OP. Because she's just utility. So many people have told me this. But now we actually have win rate, and her win rate's actually the highest out of any unit. She has the highest win rate and has insanely high representation. Every other match will have a Fallen Cecilia. And you will be winning more by picking Fallen Cecilia than if you didn't pick Fallen Cecilia. But she's not broken, right? She's balanced. She's just utility, bro. Right? That's what they all say. It's just utility, bro. She doesn't do anything, bro. She's not killing my team like Arby, so she's bad. Even though she's winning you more games. And you can use her in more scenarios. It's a good feeling. I know it's kind of rubbing it in. It's a good feeling, and I am rubbing it in. So, the next time someone, like a top player, comes to me with some BS about Fallen Cecilia just being utility, just show them these stats. Take a screenshot, bro. Take a screenshot. And just show any top level player that says Fallen Cecilia is okay. Show them this and be like, can you explain why she has the highest win rate in the game? Just show them this. Now, does this mean that there's not other broken stuff? Oh yeah, we also haven't talked about the other elephant in the room. Another unit that I've been talking about. In Champion, he doesn't do as well, but overall, really good win rate. Yeah. Bro, I was made fun of, bro. I was roasted. Legend players would never take me seriously or any of the videos I made because they said that I said FCC was broken and she wasn't. Well, which look at that. Last Shadow Crawl, again, broken unit. We knew this. We knew this. 57% win rate. Really freaking high. A lot less representation, though. Only 34% to FCC's 50%. So, there's that. So, there's the 40... A lot less representation than FCC. FCC gets picked a lot more and has a higher win rate. Think about that. FCC is getting picked more and has a higher win rate. That's insane. That is not a balanced hero. That is not a balanced hero. I'm sorry, but that is not balanced. You can say, oh, that's not broken. Well, it's not balanced. So, like, okay, if you disagree with me what broken is, we can both... Then you at least should agree with me that it's not balanced, right? Fallen Cecilia is not a balanced unit. And, of course, Arbiter Bildred. Another unit that, again... This is the highest representation of any unit. How can you build FCC? There are so many builds for FCC. You can build crit damage, crit rate FCC. You can build full tank FCC. You can build full utility FCC. You can do hybrids. You can do anything, dude. But, yeah, Arbiter Bildred. I mean, the units that we thought are broken. Like, to be completely honest with y'all, the only thing that this win rate calculator showed is that most players that know about the game know what they're talking about. I did check ML Rin, and she is disgusting higher up. But really bad earlier, right? So, what did I misspell this time, dude? What did I misspell this time? Crescent Moon Rin. Is that not how you spell it? That's Crescent Moon Rin, right? Rylet is balanced, shockingly enough. I was shocked too. Annoying, yes. Rylet is annoying but not broken. Rylet is balanced. Annoying, yes. I will not argue with you, but not broken. Oh, space at the end again? Alright, thank you for noticing that. So 55% win rate, higher up. Really, really good. It just shows that the more you invest in her, the better. Lower down, she's not doing anything. So, if you invest in her, you can get free dubs. So if you know how to use her, free dubs. Who's the other one that we were talking about? Is there any broken unit I haven't checked to confirm? Oh yeah, the gap is insane. It just shows a skill gap. It shows that Crescent Moon Rin requires a team, requires gear, requires knowledge of the game. Requires everything. Crimson Armament, I don't think we're gonna see high enough representation for her. Yeah, this is just not high enough representation. This one is though, so 50-50, not bad. Shockingly not bad. Shockingly not bad. This is not. Before you were like, oh, holy crap, he's broken. No. Take a step back. It's only 65 matches. That's not enough of sample size. This guy just really knows how to use Crimson Armament, right? Or the couple people playing her really know how to use her, and she seems to be working for them. But that's really good. I mean, it shows that she's viable. Clearly, people are having success with her. Someone's having success with her. Really good success rate too. I think this is the highest we've seen. The people who are using this Crimson Armament know how to draft her. Clearly know how to draft her. Let me see some of the other ones. Cecilia. That one's easy. This one, I still think Cecilia is just hard to know how to use her. But not bad. Again, 48% win rate is very respectable. Yeah. That shows someone knows how to use Crimson Armament really, really well. With that high win rate that we saw in Crimson Armament. This just shows someone knows how to use Crimson Armament. Someone knows how to use a Crimson Armament and is getting a ton of wins. Or a couple people do. So maybe a pocket pick. Oh, Troublemaker Cross, you're going to be so disappointed. Alencia? Honestly, a little bit on the low side for Alencia. It's still balanced, but a little bit on the low side for Alencia. It's just not her meta. It's too fast for her in certain situations. Lilius is also really funny. Again, lower level Liliuses have no beef, no F-res, no nothing. This is pretty balanced though. It's balanced. Again, 48% is good. It's fine. It's not broken. It's fine. It's good. It's decent, right? But really good representation. 20% of matches. 48% win rate. That's pretty solid. That's a good unit, right? Charles. I don't think Charles has that much representation. Oh, that's a decent amount. Not great. 2 RNG. See? Like, the thing about it is, like, the things that top level players tell you, now we have stats to back it up. Now I can, like, when I make claims that you guys are like, you're capping, now I can show you data. But Charles, again, it's 2 RNG. It's way too RNG. So, it's just what it is. It's 2 RNG. Not the greatest win rate. Troublemaker Cross it doesn't have enough representation. There's one of here that I want to show. C109. Ray, you guys can see pretty good against F10 and Ceres. Kind of a pocket pick, right? Pretty good win rate. So I wasn't lying to you guys when I said Ray has a lot of potential. This is Ray, by the way, in case you're wondering. Who's the other hero I wanted to show y'all that is really interesting? Oh, Dizzy. You guys wanted to see Dizzy. Not Dizzy's meta. There's way too much Last Rider Crawl, dude. There is way too much Last Rider Crawl. You can punish a Dizzy so hard. So Dizzy, not her meta. Last Rider Crawl has stomped her out. Higher up, people are learning how to use it a little bit more. Decent win rate, a little bit on the low side, right? So more of a pocket pick for sure. More of a situational pick. There's too many Last Rider Cross. That's honestly, if you ask me why, that's why. Iseria, way too small of a sample size to do any conclusions. Lower down, people don't know how to use her, and then higher up, it's just not enough matches. So Iseria can't do anything. Destina, I think, is going to be way too small of a sample size. Yeah. Destina, I mean, it's okay. Ray's clearly better, right? So Ray is being played more, and Ray has better win rate. Although, again, this is pretty small. 157 is not a lot. But it just shows Ray's better than Destina. Basara I was surprised about. Because it's balanced. It's good. So Basar, solid. It's a solid unit. Kitty Cat Clarissa, I'm actually really curious about that. Why I still think Ray is better, right here. Archdemon Shadow, we did her 49% just Baka. Really good, actually. She had 49% on both, which again is really solid. Just Baka. Archdemon Shadow have 49% win rate in both champion and overall, which is really solid for a unit. It's a balanced unit. Surprisingly, Archdemon Shadow, compared to ML, she may be weak, but in the overall game health, she's balanced. 49%. You can definitely use her. Meru's solid. Yeah, she's just a balanced, solid unit. It's not Meru's fault that there's units like Fallen Cecilia who are 57% win rate, or like Ambitious Tywin. That's not her fault, okay? Or even like Briar Witch Iseria. That's not her fault that other ML units are broken. She's not a bad unit. It's just other MLs are more broken, so it makes her feel less strong. Basar was pretty good though. 49%, 48. So Holiday Euphine. What did I do this time? Is this not how you spell Holiday? Okay, did I just not know English? She might have been one of the ones that got converted. Hold up. She was not one of the ones that got converted over. Do I just not know how to spell Holiday Euphine? Oh, I know it was the I. That's what I typed, right? Yeah, it's holiday. Wait, I actually can't type, dude. Alright, if someone can show me how to type it, I'll type it in, but clearly apparently I can't, and it's not the space this time. Maybe she just didn't show up this time. That could also be one of them. But I doubt it. She should have shown up at least once. Again, MLK needs a buff. A lot of people are trying to use him lower down. Not doing too great. Holiday Euphine might just be that I just didn't get the code for her. It could just be that I didn't get the code for her and she's up there. And I just couldn't find it. No, she's definitely picked. Over Free Spirit Tierra, I am sure she's picked. I'm pretty sure like some of them didn't get converted properly. So it probably wasn't on the list of ones that were converted. I'm pretty sure that the reason why was because she didn't get converted properly. So her name is probably like a code, and I just don't know what it translates over to. MLK to be viable? Honestly, dude, if they gave him the lifesteal built in, it'll be fine. Holiday Euphine. Yeah, so I typed it right. It's probably just didn't convert properly. Doris, we showed. She was doing okay. She's doing pretty good. I mean, 49% rate, that's good. That's solid. Yeah, technically, if you're just looking at stats, Operator Sigrid and MLK have the worst win rates. So, like, this is really bad win rate for Operator Sigrid. This is really low. This is really low. Right? This is really low for win rate. For an MO hero that's getting this much representation. It could either be because people don't have Guiding Light, or people don't know how to build it properly. But even like at champion level, seeing this low of a win rate, it's a little bit concerning. Landy, I know for a fact is going to go up once you get Guiding Light. You see here 48. But yeah, honestly, I think Operator Sigrid and what's his face? MO can have the worst win rates as MO heroes. Sermia's not enough. It's not big enough. Yeah. Made has a better win rate than Operator Sigurd and MLK. Let that sink in. And DJ Basar, as much as we hate on him, I definitely am spelling this wrong. There we go. As much as I hate on DJ Basar, the few people using him are stomping with DJ Basar, which is really cool to see, right? Pretty decent win rate. So as much as this was one of the things I gotta say I was wrong about. It looks like if you give the time to your DJ Basara, if you invest in your DJ Basara, he will invest back in you. Clearly, the people who are using him that know how he works are having really good success with him. So out of the MLs, it honestly is Operator, Sigurd, and Emocan that have the worst win rates. And that's not the heroes that you would think need the most. Charlotte, wow. Charlotte's pretty spicy. Not really large champion side pool here, but really good win rate. So pocket pick for sure. But this is definitely a pocket pick. If you look at this, Charlotte is a really good pocket pick. Because clearly she's winning a lot. This is really good win rate. This is the type of unit that if you learn how to use Charlotte, and it can be a really good pocket pick to have. Yeah, DJ Basar, yeah, I'm shocked. I mean, clearly people know how to do it. So I'm just bad at the game, clearly. Because people are having success with him and I'm not. So. Nah, Alpha didn't get enough representation. Not enough people are using Alpha to make it. This is probably what some YouTuber that was trying to get some clips. And then, again, this is probably some YouTuber trying to get some clips. So. Not enough information for this one. Apocalypse Ravi we did a lot earlier, but I can type it really quick. She's alright. Pretty balanced. Apocalypse Ravi is just balanced. Guider Aether, I don't think the sample size will be big enough. Yeah, not a really big sample size. You can't really say anything for Guider Aether. This is too small, right? I'm not going to be like, oh, he sucks, his low win rate. Only 5 people using him in Champion. That's not that great. How old is the data? This data is from 3 days ago. So very, very recent. Very, very relevant to current meta. Very, very, very relevant to current meta. So, very, very recent. But again, with FCC being out, probably going to change a little bit. Shooting Star Arcades, not doing too great. Probably because people know how to counter the cheese. Some people in Champion seem to be using her and doing alright, but not great. Yeah, DJ Basar, if you know how to use DJ Basar, it's pretty crazy. Celeste, oh man, this one it's not a large enough sample size, but it still shows that people lower down don't know how to use Celeste. Assassin Sid. That's a really good win rate. Holy crap. Wait, that is really good. Assassin Sid, that's really good. Holy cow. And really good representation too. I'm pretty sure it's because it literally becomes something when you put Assassin Sid. You're countering a unit with him. And most Assassin Sids are built so well that if you put Assassin Sid, it's such a hard counter pick. It's so hard to deal with an Assassin Sid. That's really good. That is, I'm not going to lie, that is really good. 53% win rate in Champion, 13% representation. That's insane. I mean, it makes sense. He's picked when he's going to counter a unit. And he's doing his job. That just shows that A-Sid is doing his job. I'm curious about Assassin Kali now. Very bad. That's expected. She's an alright. Again, probably the same reason, but Assassin Sid seems to be the better assassin. Yeah, that's the same thing. You guys are 1 second right behind me. Yes, I thought about Assassin Kali right after as well. Yes, she's doing a little bit worse. Yeah, both Assassin Sid and A Kali may go down with more people having Guiding Light. That is true. 100% true. But think about it, it's like I usually see them pick it against top model Luluka. And it really punishes top model Lulukas. It really punishes Vivian's. It really punishes Champ C's. Bro, Basket A Sid is toxic, dude. Cowrick not doing so bueno. This was post buff. Not doing too hot. People probably still playing around with him. Hey, congrats on the Ruel. By the way, speaking of Ruel. I hate that I have to type the whole name. Rella Light, still stomping lower bracket. Still doing okay in Champion as well. So, Rella Light, not as dead as we thought. More of a pocket pick, yes, but not bad by any means. Really doing good in lower brackets. She seems to really punish players that don't know how to deal with her. People lower down don't know how to deal with Ruel. So if you have a Ruel and you're trying to climb, you can do really good climbing with Ruel. Span some Ruel comps. Pretty good. Elena, not doing too hot. She's hard to use, hard to gear. I could see this Elena being hard to use, hard to gear. A little bit of RNG because of speed RNG. Dark Corvus, I really hope he's not doing good. Because if Dark Corvus is doing good, that means tanks are doing good. Yeah, Dark Corvus is not doing good in RTA. He's really good in Guild Wars, though. But he's not... Again, this sample size is too small. This just shows that he's not doing too hot overall. So, not great, which is to say... It's expected. Dark Corvus should not be doing good right now. The meta is way faster, and Frenzy kind of kills him. He's good in Guild Wars, though. I want to build a tank team now, Knights and Warriors and Spec 10 or F10. Why not all of them, dude? Landing with Guiding Light with FCC and Last Survivor Crow is pretty good. We're pretty good, man. Celine wasn't doing too hot either. Which makes sense. A lot of people pick Celine in scenarios where it's not to counter cleave. A lot of people pick Celine into top model Luluka. And I was like, why? And because like most top model Lulukas have Dignus Orb and they'll survive. So it's like she's good for countering cleave, but people are using her for more than just countering cleave. And that's why she has a lower win rate. Polides, we saw, she's pretty new. She's very new, so I expect it to go up as people learn how to use it. More C1104. Very low representation in Champion and in regular, not doing too hot. I mean, he kind of sucks, so it's expected. But in Champion, not enough information to make any claims. Oh, it's going to be super small, dude. Super small. It's going to be way too small. Yeah, this is tiny. 18% win rate. Ooh, no, it's trash. No one's using him in Champion. That's how bad he is. No one uses him for Champion. Don't take this and go to Reddit and say that he has a 61% win rate. He doesn't. It's just people abusing him in lower brackets for content. I probably know who did this. It's probably a YouTuber trying to get clicks. They probably know who they are. I think I saw a video of someone trying to get clips of Emma Leo popping off, and they probably had like godlike gear on all their units. They pick Emma Leo, they make the clip, they get one good clip, and then they profit off of saying Emma Leo is OP in RTA. But he has not been playing in Champion. He's kind of trash. But alright, y'all. I am starting to get really, really tired. This stream lasted a lot longer than I thought. Tenebria, I think, has almost no representation. She's fallen off a lot. Yeah, she's not getting picked a lot, and she's not doing hot. She needs an EE. She's not doing good at all. Tenebria is kind of second right now. But alright. This stream lasted longer than I thought. Hopefully, I'll get to fix some of this stuff. And I will make this sheet public to you guys, and you guys will be able to use it. Hopefully by next week, but... because by the end of this month, it's not going to be relevant anymore. So I'll try to get it done by this weekend before this sheet becomes irrelevant. And you guys can play around with it. If you want to play around with this raw version, just message me and I can mail it to you or something. But overall, I mean, it's fun. It was fun. It's a good time. But alright, I hope y'all enjoyed. If you enjoyed, make sure you like, subscribe, join the Discord server. All the support really does help. It motivates me to keep going. So make sure you click that subscribe button. Subscribes feed my motivation. So if you want to see me more motivated, make sure you click that subscribe. Like the videos for the algorithm if you enjoyed to see more of me and more of my big brain hot takes. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure to click that subscribe button, that like button. Consider becoming a member. Help the channel grow so we can reach more players and teach people how to play Epic 7 and enjoy the game that I love. And have some fun conversations, right? So that's all I got for you guys today. And I will see y'all next time. Peace.